looks like, for whoever comes out victorious here.
If you draft aside for game one, do you favor one of these teams or the other?
Well, just based on players?
Yeah, just based off the play that you have seen so far. Not the players themselves, but from what you've seen of the team so far.
Maybe a slight edge to GRIN, honestly. I think they've looked a little crisper in the games that they're winning. Like, I think they've looked, as rough as anybody in the games where they just get beat down, but I feel like Moo is a pretty good player to have in series like this. This guy's been to TI finals. Like, he's super experienced, plays a huge variety of stuff, has been on successful teams, knows what, like, good communication and drafting, all that's supposed to look like. So I feel like that helps. I feel like he is the best player in this lobby, and when you have the best player in the lobby, it can do some decent stuff for you.
Well, I actually favor Apex Genesis, so I guess we're at a bit of a quandary there. Bingo, in some trouble. Gonna be chased down as we are into the nighttime from Night Rain, Night Stalker. I'll chase him down. Wish will get the first blood, so already Apex Genesis going to be very happy with how the mid matchup is about to go, as Wish is going to get an extremely fast bottle.
Not what you wanted to see here if you're GRIN. That is the last hero you wanted to give it to. Absolute last. We've seen some Embers do some work today. We've also seen them get shut down. This is the second time in a row we're going to see this Ember Pango matchup. So first blood definitely helps you try and take advantage of this, which I think still should be Ember favored. Though Yopaj really put the screws in last game. I mean, the bottle is already out here for the Ember. This is just, what the hell do you do to this, man? It's like cheating.
You're screwed. You cannot win this matchup anymore unless you get some sort of outside interference, which is unlikely to happen just because you do not have the best rotating supports on the side of GRIN Esports, right? You've got a Disruptor Muerta. That's not a pair that I want to see rotating into my mid lane anytime soon.
Probably not. I mean, Disruptor might not be too bad if you had some other damage follow-up. Yeah, it's a little clunky. I mean, if anything, the Breaker could rotate like on a power run or something. I think that isn't something you should underestimate. Like, Core Breaker can make those rotations and have him pay off. He doesn't miss too much. So that is something we could look for down the road. Maybe bail this early first blood out if it starts to pile up. And I mean, Disruptor can join those. Disruptor could also go gate bottom. Look for some cheeky kill there, because this is Naga Disruptor. Very good in the mid game, but ideally the lane is just maximizing XP.
Ooh, speed. Hit by the silence. Got the bugs out, though. And Moo and Sneaky have to stop going for the clash. It's going to be top lane, though, that they get another kill on Pingu. So set it up with the disruption. Not much the Naga Siren can do in this matchup. They're going to pull the lane back as well. So taking advantage of the early power of this nighttime Night Stalker during laning phase to get aggressive. So they are going to probably win two lanes, mid and top. Then it's just a question of how bottom will do, which you're probably guaranteed that Lifestealer's going to get a decent amount out of lane. Lifestealer really very rarely loses the lane very hard. And it's paired up with Weaver, which is one of the best supports in the meta right now. This hero is just incredibly strong in lane, does everything for you but stun.
Yeah, I think Sammy Boy is going to be just fine down here. Maybe he gets like cheekily killed from that Disruptor rotation at some point. But otherwise, should be pretty happy on the side of Apex across these lanes. They're going to get aggressive on the Naga. Put some damage in. And lane equilibrium is in a very good spot for them right now. Fade is super happy with how this is going. Got the first blood mid, and the Lifestealer has another good lane equilibrium position on bottom. So yeah, Apex looking solid so far. They can also rotate the Weaver if they really want to leave this Lifestealer at some point. There's some symmetry there, and like I think both these fives have some roaming potential, and both of them have a carry that you do want to give solo XP to at some point in this game. You want to pick that super well, choose your moment, so that he doesn't get punished, but you create the pressure elsewhere. I think that would be the natural move maybe for both of these fives. they can line it up.
Have you noticed Speed's sunburn that he's got going on?
Oh, is it bad? How bad is it?
So bad. Between the tank top and the sunburn he's got,
boy.
He's looking like a hellbear out here.
God damn, man got messed up.
I mean, hey, shout out to him. That is proof that he has gone outdoors. You know, most Dota players don't ever go out and touch grass. That man has proof that he has both been working out and getting sun. So good for him.
Yeah, I respect it, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's a rare sight to see.
We also haven't talked about the fact that he has also changed role. Well, Sammy is out there bobbing between 1 and 5. Speed, usually a 3-position player, has moved over to playing that 5 role now.
Everybody's just swapping around, trying to find something that works for him. Kind of a weird switch for him, I think. He's getting used to seeing him in that off lane, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do to try and make teams work around here, get people in a position that they're all overall comfortable with. And he's going to rotate first on this Weaver. This is the gate rotation I expected from somebody. It's going to be Speed making it first.
Glimpse back. Oh, the bugs go out, but wrong timing on that one. They get the routine snare underneath the tower. It all goes wrong.
It's a disaster.
That was not good at all. Didn't plan that one out, I guess, good enough.
I mean, he
Milky
dodged the
even had a
swarm.
healing salve, so yeah, that was rough. That he dodged the swarm. Some of his illusions got hit by bugs, but the real Naga did not. Not great.
Well, this game's not starting out too good for Speed right now. He's lowest net worth, failed his move. He's just gonna have to go back bottom and start pulling again, trying to recover some gold here. Not what he was looking for with that nighttime rotation, because now it's day. And this is the part of this NS facet I don't like. You hit this 5-minute daytime and you're level 4. So you're just very exploitable during this period. You have to push through it.
This is where we disagree. Would you rather have it nighttime right now? You're going to hit the... No, wait, you would rather have it nighttime all the time. But you hit a much better timing where 10 to 15 minutes, you are guaranteed at minimum level 6, if not level 7 or 8, where you're much stronger as a Night Stalker hero and you can actually move around the map and have some impact. It sucks trying to be like, spending most of your nighttime and being like, well, I still need to lane. I'm still, I'm level 5. I don't have 6 yet. I don't have my maxed out Void nuke yet. I think it's much better for Night Stalker to have the day and night flip.
I mean, yeah, you can think that, but you're wrong. But it's okay,
I am the Night Stalker player here. I will not back down from this.
That's fine. I mean, a lot of people have convictions that are incorrect in life, and they stick by them till they die. This is just going to be one of those. You can answer to God when you head up there, and He'll tell you you're wrong too. I just have not seen it. I just don't think it works as well. I feel like every Night Stalker with this facet is lost that I've seen. Every single one. And they hit this period, and it feels bad. You can't rotate to them. You can't create that lane pressure. And then you hit that nighttime, and you have your ult. But you just missed an earlier period to start using the ult that felt better, I think. I don't know, man.
No. Your lane goes better because you're nighttime early, which means you get your double bracers, which means now that it's daytime and you're weak, you're a double bracer offlaner. So you're going to guarantee get farm. He's guaranteed to get 6, which means they can rotate to the lane at this point,
I don't think the early regen matters for the first 5 minutes for this hero. I think this hero either basically free farms lane or doesn't in the first 5. And it's pretty independent of him having extra regen. Well, I'm gonna just be honest. That's how I feel. I think the carry either messes his hero up or he doesn't. But whatever. We'll let the public decide. We'll let the stats decide over time. One of us will be proved right with the
rage just in time. Charge is coming in from behind though. The bugs land on a sneaky, glimpse back. Samson just stands his ground. He's got an infest, and there's nothing to stop this at this point in time. He's going to jump on a speed. Speed's going to catch up to Sneaky. They can infest, pop out for the damage, and try and finish him off. They can't quite do it. Moo is threatening his ultimate right now. Speed's going to commit for the kill. Attempted ultimate there from Moo, but can't get him. Speed, actually not out of sight, is going to get charged up, and now he will finally drop the Nether Strike to get the kill. They trade off supports.
I guess that works out for Moo. I mean, he got a lot of solo XP off that in the end, so Breaker's pretty happy here. And just still a very even game across the board. Do have that Dark Ascension up if you want to try and smoke or rotate to the NS, do something with it. I think they're looking for it. Do have a Haste rune on Wish as well. Very strong rune. Can chase this Naga down. No song leveled. Didn't hold the point. Is Milky gonna get caught here?
Yeah, he's going to have to do a very well-timed sleep, and he doesn't have it, so never mind. Forgot that he's only level 7. Nobody gets the ultimate early. TP rotations are coming in, and somehow they have not done enough damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Ember lag, maybe that was part of it. I mean, he also has maxed out Flame Guard as opposed to maxed out Slide, so that's going to kill some of your burst damage for sure.
They just don't really have too many good spells here. I mean, he's a 1400 HP hero. Naga took Seeds of Serenity. He's pretty tanky.
All right, you think they're going to kill him?
Can turn it around. I mean, they should be able to get him here.
Yeah.
Eventually.
He's going to Remnant, get on top of him. Okay, Remnant the wrong direction. A little awkward. Hit him with a Slight. Has to jump away. Jumps to the other side of the fight. Still has his haste rune going, but if Moo gets lucky, he does not. He doesn't get the bash required to be able to stop the Ember Spirit. Bignum is making a run for it. Fade is coming back in with more mana, though. Can they fight this at all? Doesn't look like it. The Weaver gets clipped by the silence again. The Shikuchis, they have vision. They hit the Nether Strike a second time for a second kill on the Weaver.
Another fight that Moo and Kits get to collect some kills on. So the Breaker and the Pango getting the best in these exchanges, as yeah, your Naga pays a little bit, but it's not going to cost Milky too much. He just TP's back, goes back to the jungle. I mean, whatever, right? He's just a Naga Siren. We'll hit that 10 to 15 nighttime period where Night Stalker just becomes the best hero in the entire game, apparently. There's absolutely nothing Grin can do about him now, as he has punched his way to the second nighttime period on this facet. And as Austin claimed, just makes him the best hero in Dota.
Would you rather have the Night Stalker moving around at nighttime?
Let's see what he can do.
Level 3 Void or level 4 Void?
Let's see what he can do with this time period. That he is a god on a mortal plane. He's hitting some creeps. He's going to have to pause. He's too powerful right now. Needs a breather.
So much.
Can't handle his strength. There's like too many options were available to him. He has to pause to think about them. Because he's never played a hero that is as strong as first facet choice Night Stalker at 10 minutes. My God.
You know, you're not arguing with me. You're arguing with like 95% of professional matches that all feature this facet as well.
Yeah, they're all wrong. I don't care. They're literally all wrong. Like,
the arrogance of
no, it's not arrogance.
Professional support player.
No, it's not arrogance.
That all the other pro players that play off lane professionally are wrong.
Look, in Dota, you have to believe certain things, and you have to believe in why you believe them, and you have to stick by that. Otherwise, you're just nothing, man. You're just following the meta. You're just a blind slave to what everyone else is doing. So I have my beliefs, I have my tenets, I have my ideas, and I stick by them, win or lose. Some of them lose, but some of them win. And all you have to do is win more than you lose, Austin. And this is another one I'm going to stick by. I think this facet is a debate. I'm not saying it's game losing. I'm not saying it can't be good, but I think it's overrated. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, they're going to use the strength of Ember Spirit Night Stalker take over the safe lane here. And I guess that's the downside for Grin. Hard to push the Lifestealer out of lane. Hard to kick him out and take his safe lane tower. And particularly since it is nighttime, because of the reverse cycle, it's going to be a little awkward. Even still, they go for it. And Infest dodges the Nether Strike. Thought there was going to be some sort of chain stun combination, I guess. So Sandy Boy just makes sure there's no chance of a Nether Strike into Rolling Thunder, and they're going to be playing into a Night Stalker underneath a tower. This is going to be a rough fight for GRIN Esports. See if they can get out of here. Kits, he's going to be in some trouble, chased down by the Ember Spirit and so many heroes. Pingo is also going to maybe tick out here. Speed's going to catch up to him, see if he can get enough hits, or the Ember Spirit will just finish him off. Moo also in trouble, tries to go for the Nether Strike, interrupted and killed. Glad it's nighttime, that's for sure.
This Night Stalker's too powerful. What? Why would they ever try and fight into Rain Night Stalker in the 10 to 15 minute period when he popped his ult to give him the exact same fight he would have had if it was daytime anyway? By God, he decimated them.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
It didn't start nighttime. Spent like 3 seconds. Nighttime without darkness use. And
that's
he's
a
going to
great
have
fight.
a phylactery, so he's going to be very strong now. This
that is-
next like 2 minutes of
that's
this
tough.
nighttime are going to be dangerous for GRIN.
More dangerous than they already were. That's surprising, but yeah, nice little lead here, and they have the heroes to just run around and keep fighting if nothing's bothering them in terms of the objective trade. This is where you really need the Naga to power up as fast as possible so you can start to slow this game down, push the waves in, particularly during these nighttime periods. If the Naga can stall out the map, then you just fight in day, you're going to be really happy with this sort of exchange. But you just gave him a Phylactery, you gave him a Mage Slayer. Wish and Fade off to the races now, and they're hunting. Know how strong they are.
Radiant's bottom
Moo's just going Midas on the Breaker, which this is like the Spirit Breaker build. You know, you get the extra levels up to get to the talents. You get that Octarine later. It's just max value. But it will lower his teamfight presence a little bit during these early game periods.
Charge across, going for the Night Stalker. Moo just keeping him honest. He's going to lose his courier in the process. Might lose his life as the chains is going to stop the TP. Sneaky tries to save him. But that one fear shot is not going to stop 4 heroes.
And they are swarming right now. 5 heroes in the area looking for that Wisdom Rune. Even Sammy Boy is going to join before the Radiance is done.
Fear shot
Feared
into
him out of
Static
the-
Storm outside of the kinetic field. He gets out of it, pops the Rage, goes for the intercept, and gets the Wisdom Rune. S is terrible for GRIN Esports. Kits should be able to get out. His Rolling Thunder is going to last easily long enough that he get out, but the damage is done. They lost a hero and they lost the Wisdom Rune.
I mean, just misplay, right? Shot him out of the Static Storm. Like, pick one or the other. Maybe you can just kill the Lifestealer there. There will be a disruption, so maybe it wouldn't have worked in the end, but
Yeah.
losing that
I mean,
Wisdom Rune
the
is
real
brutal.
misplay is the fact that Night Rain means that as a Night Stalker during nighttime, you can contest the 14 and 21 minute Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, I mean, his ult was back up there, so there's an argument that he didn't even need it. And now that he's about to hit level 10, it's going to be a downtime for him, which is unfortunate. But nonetheless, they're making the most of this period for sure. And that Radiance closing in for Samson as they just barrel down another tower. My God. They're going to need this Naga to come online. Tell you that much.
Yeah, they are.
He's going fast Orchid, which I kind of like in a game like this, honestly, because it feels like you have to get a little active maybe earlier than you want. It hits daytime.
It's going to go Blink Dagger, next item. Radiance is almost done for Shamshin. Speed has a Spirit Vessel already. That's going to be flying out to him very quickly. So a lot of items all flowing in for this squad. But GRIN, if they could just finish up this this Orchid, maybe they could get an easy Weaver or Lifestealer or Ember Spirit kill that they normally wouldn't be able to do. And taking that tower will make that gold flow a little bit faster.
I could see this Orchid be really nice this game if he can play aggressive on side lanes and just kind of do like the 2-2 illusion bait, randomly Orchid some of these heroes and you just charge them. It's like pretty deadly.
Oh, disruption right at the tail end of it. I wasn't sure if they were going to wait for the chains from Wish or just disrupt him. Finally had to go for the disruption to get the kill onto Move. Spirit Breaker just not working out so far. Glimpse back though. Speed in some trouble. That's the reveal of the Orchid. The damage though, it's not very good at all. That was not nearly enough damage to take down a 1300 HP hero, part of it being the Seeds of Serenity that he dropped.
Don't underestimate those seeds.
Nope. No, you should
buff.
not.
They're
They're going
strong.
to sweep across the map, failing to get the Naga Siren killed, gives the song out. They go for mid, and they get not just hits, but they get a +1 too. As Sneaky gets disrupted, and well, maybe he can get back. He's got Moo charging in, so they do have to back up on the side of Apex Genesis. But more than happy. I mean, they've gotten a core kill kind of like every 1 or 2 minutes now at this point in time, and their lifestealer is getting bigger and bigger. The Ember Spirit is actually top net worth, hitting 10K at 17 minutes here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You're looking good. Still, don't want to give up too much downtime in this game and just let the Naga farm up. Let this Midas Spirit Breaker farm up. Because they will recover at an okay pace if the game just stays static. So you just got to keep this pace up. Keep pushing the lanes in, finding little pickoffs, playing through the Ember during day, through the NS at night. This Weaver's Vessel is done. That's a huge piece of your damage going into these fights. Huge just like solo kill potential too on heroes like Disruptor or even the Muerta on the backside. And then you just let Sammy Boy farm. He wants to join the fight, sure, but if he can just control a lot of the map with this Radiance getting lanes in deep, he's going to be pretty happy. He's looking for Armlet. Interesting. Not have expected the Armlet Lifestealer here with this Radiance build, but I'm going to give him some more single target DPS, I guess.
Daytime is running out. Grin really want to get something. They haven't gotten a kill out of this Orchid yet. And at this rate, they're just not going to. And they're going to be heading into another nighttime that Apex Genesis are going to be very strong for. Got off the rage before the Nether Strike. They have some control, yes, but he just infests inside of the Weaver. Even if the Weaver dies here, which he will not, disruption save, nice play. Wish is going to come after this one. And the Night Stalker's coming in fast as well with the Gleipnir locking down the Disruptor. They'll tail him. Grin all have to TP away. Even Moo cannot afford to try and stick around and charge. He'll TP back to base.
That's such a tough target to go on, man. Like, he's so tanky with the Radiance Evasion into that Naga. You just don't have good single target burst damage at this point in the game. It's just nowhere close. That
Milky,
is a tough
3
play.
seconds per song. So I guess with just an Ember Spirit, there's not that much of a threat.
Will lose his courier. Speed recovering pretty well in this game. It's starting to get farmed, showing the strength of the Weaver. And the Ember continuing to be a nuisance. Just can't find the Ember. 707, which is unkillable this game. Even went back for the Midas on the NS, which I don't mind. This hero farm's kind of slow, even in the games you're winning.
Yeah.
Feels like he needs something like a Midas. I don't really know what the other option would be. Like, I don't think he can really build anything that helps him kill Ancients or anything, so...
Yeah, it's just like you could buy a Shard, which is obviously just a much weaker version of Midas.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather just have the Midas for the extra experience. Like, but it's expensive. Moo doing some cow things.
That is a Shield Rune Weaver, but I guess if you chain all of your silences at him, Infest Samson really did not want to let that Weaver die, and he might have just killed himself for it, man. He is entirely alone in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by 4 heroes. A fear shot misses. A good thing, too, as Samson might have died if that was the case. Radiance is just going to tick out Sneaky. They can't actually stop him. 1 versus 4 with no Infest.
It's the strength of Lifestealer's game. There's nobody to man fight that hero. Until you have your like late game cooldown reduction items, it's just he's invincible. They did get the sleep out of the Naga top. They found Milky, but he was able to get the song off and escape, so that's why he wasn't there. But Does survive that gank, finishes up as Manta. He's just not getting the lane pressure he wants right now. Just getting swarmed, run at. This Lifestealer's a nuisance. This Ember with early Gleipnir is a nuisance. They're going to try on this Night Stalker, reel him in.
Holding him in place. Disruption goes out. And Night Stalker's probably going to die here. No, he got off his ultimate and flew over the trees. And a beautiful chain out from Wish hit 3 heroes. They tried to get the glimpse back on the Night Stalker, but no one's in position to take advantage of that. And now they're all low with a bunch of vision. Fade gets healed up by the Infest, and he's ready to rock. And so is the Lifestealer, just running down heroes. The Radiance will take out Sneaky eventually, or the Ember Spirit will claim the life. Moo's going to get chased down and in the corner. Milky hides and prays that he will not be caught in time, and he does manage to get away, ever so barely, a TP out.
I mean, you can survive, but you are not thriving at all as Apex just taking this game over right now. Just running them down. Everybody's in good position. This disruption has really bailed out the single target focus from GRIN every time. And then you have Infest save on top of that. Radiance evasion. Second that swarm comes through on 4 heroes, that fight is just impossible. Just not enough damage on the side of GRIN. They just don't have spells. I mean, that's kind of the downside of this new Pangolier, right? It just doesn't do nearly as much damage. So you kind of have to counterbalance them with more from your other cores. And these 3 cores are just... I think they have plenty of damage in the late game. But they're never going to get there at this pace, and they can't kill anything right now. It feels very sad.
It is sad. And it's going to get even more sad for Moo, who is going to get purged. And, of course, TP, lots of ways to cancel that one. And he's a tanky boy. It'll take a little bit. He does have charge up. He's going to go for it. He does not make it, though. A Gleipnir was ready to meet him. A Yules was ready to meet him. Speed already has Spirit Vessel plus Yules. He is so farmed as Weaver.
After a really rough early game, too. This hero just gets big. There's like no way to stop it. That's the annoying part. You can't spend your whole game hunting a 5-position Weaver. It's just like, it's not good enough to be winning. So he'll always get something here. He's just going to build all the utility, all the buffs the team needs. Be very hard to lock down in the fight. And GRIN there, it feels like they're on a timer here to get something done. Milky looking for a little pick off on this Shadow Demon. Not enough, man.
And now coming in from behind, the Lifestealer. Not that he was needed, but he'll claim the last hit on the enemy carry. The Naga Siren not scaling up so much anymore. Got to the Orchid, got to the Manta, but is not keeping up with this Lifestealer, who is 3,500 net worth ahead. As Radiance, Yasha is going to be going an Aghanim Scepter after the Manta that is flying out to him right now.
Yeah, Samson's big, man. He's climbing the level chart too, getting a lot of bonus HP off the passive here, so yeah, he's cooking. Manta done means your options to really all in him go down considerably. Kind of have to be able to land a static store on him, but again, then you have to deal with disruption save. Just very annoying for your lineup here to try and all in somebody. I think you just have to rat this game out. They just haven't been able to do it too successfully. The deep lane wards are also giving a lot of vision to Apex right now to kind of combat that rat, or at least be efficient in their movement. But you got to get this Naga somewhere deep on the map. You got to have the Spear Breaker starting to push the side lanes in. You need this tier 1 top. If you're GRIN, for sure. This tower is preventing you pushing these side lanes in super deep, so Apex in a solid position right now. Going to steal Tormentor and maybe look towards next Roshan in a minute or two here.
The Wisdom Rune is still up at 26 minutes. Sneaky sneaks that one away. So I guess they get double Wisdom Rune at 21 minutes, at 25 minutes.
BKB done for the Night Stalker, man. Ooh, that might has paid off. That's a problem. You don't have anything for this BKB other than, you know, if you want to charge ult him. But the thing is, like, you charge ult him if he's BKB'd, that's it. He's nowhere close to dying. It's almost not worth it.
Yeah. And then you would also be forsaking that control over the lifestealer, which is going to be a problem. Fuel Scepter. I'll catch Sneaky. And they'll eventually get that kill.
Just no map control for this lineup that really needs it to function. Can't get the lanes out fast enough. There's no threat on these heroes who are dealing with the waves, so you're not really putting fear into Apex with the pickoff game right now.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I think it still has to come down to the Naga finding some sort of connection with this Bloodthorn off a charge or something like that on the map, and giving them some sort of numbers advantage to pressure at least a little, relieve something here, because you're down 20k all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, you might as well have not gone Orchid and just gone straight into Manta Butterfly, right? I mean, you have gotten 0 value out of the Orchid. The Bloodthorn has yet to been utilized.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
It's definitely not paid off. And Samson, he's not even going to wait for Roche, man. He's just going to start hitting your buildings. Already level
might
20.
as well.
I mean, there's no threat on him in this game. He's way too tanky, way too fast for them to deal with.
Dire's bottom tower.
And the BKBs are out, which means you can't even, like, Song Static Storm combo here to give you some sort of base defense fight. Might just give this up. Just rat the lanes, but does not feel good. For sure. They're going to TP everybody back. Probably smoke here. I just don't know how you take this fight. They do get the wave cut. No, they don't. All right, you have to fight it now.
Yeah, it's going to be some sort of chain stun of Nether Strike and Rolling Thunder. Trying to go for Wish here. Bump them into the Rolling Thunder on the side of the wall. That's decent, but he got off the BKB, and so now that's all over. So he rolls over to try and stop the Night Stalker's assault, who is cleaning up the supports pretty easily. Moo's going to die here in this battle with Wish. 3 dead, 1 buyback. And immediately Apex Genesis turn to taking the buildings. They'll get those
Naga's
buildings.
ratting. It's at least worth something here. But I don't know if you're going to have a base left when you come back. And this rat is not that fast. It's kind of slow.
Very. It is very slow. Lightnear, catch the Pango. Get a buyback out of Moo. Moo charging in, decides to cancel it. Not happy with where that one was gonna go.
I brought the Naga
Now
back
we're
too.
into daytime, so maybe they could still take this one. Actually, it's gonna be nighttime in a second here. Charge through, nice hit from Moo. Goes straight for the Shadow Demon. Got that 1 kill. Can he get out though? Trying to get away with the bugs on him, though. Between Speed and Fade, they'll hunt him down like a dog, and they still have an infested Lifestealer inside of Milky. It's not going to be enough to get the kill. Gets drug all the way close to the fountain. Pop the Rage. Head back to taking those buildings that they were hitting earlier. Glimpse back after Rage with a Bloodthorn on him as well. There is any chance you could kill him, it would be there, but they do not have the damage necessary. No Ogre Seal Totem to be able to get Kits back into the fountain. Fighting shape with the Rolling Thunder now going out, trying to chain stun up these heroes, but Samson has a Rage. That's a problem. Kits is losing a lot of HP. Oh, the Naga Siren is the one to die instead. Kill a Courier randomly as Moo's Courier was just hanging out. Lifestealer is going to hang out inside of the Night Stalker for a little bit, heal back up to full, and they will keep the pressure up. Take another lane of Barracks.
Well,
And
that's
go
game
Robbery.
1.
Yeah.
No chance coming back with that sort of lineup once you can't get those lanes in and look for the pickoff game. That core breaker was just way too slow, it felt like. And
And even out the series, they've been 1 game away from elimination before in their matchup against Four Amigos, and they're in that spot again. At least once, maybe twice. If they do manage to win this series or this game, we can go on to a game 3. Again, this is the last game or last series of the night. The winner of this will move on to face Nouns, who are currently waiting in the lower bracket final. And then the winner of that will move on to face Shopify Rebellion in the grand finals for the road to the international for the North American region. Started off with the push out from Apex into the enemy side of the map. They're not going to find anything. GRIN just hanging around their mid tower.
Moo did scout this ward, so both team, and they saw him scout it. So if I'm Apex, I'm denying this obs. I'm not going to let them kill it. Sad, but I think you have to do it here. And I'm surprised that GRIN are not just grouping up and pushing for the D ward.
Battle begins.
Yeah, big D ward to get early.
You get 3.
Are you ready to have some fun?
3 bounty runes for Apex Genesis. As, yeah, the level 1 team fight, maybe not the best for GRIN Esports, so had to give way to the power of the clockwork.
Sometimes that clock is too intimidating, you know? Gotta give it up. Nonetheless, we got Bignum on his signature Dark Willow, Grandmaster tier Dark Willow. I mean, that's a lot of Dark Willow games, considering this hero's fairly new compared to a lot of the hero pool.
Yeah. Speaking of, when are we gonna get a new hero? It's been a minute.
Going back to that, huh?
Just saying.
I mean, it's called Clownfall for a reason, Austin. You were the clown and you fell for it. There's no new hero.
It was just a cool video. That's all. How did that plasma field miss both CS? Oh, that's gonna feel bad for Fade. Spent 125 mana to try and get 70 gold. Got nothing.
Both cores on his lane missing a couple early creeps, but they have relatively low base damages, so maybe that should be expected here. Moo doing pretty well bottom, has maintained his HP level early and pushing towards that level 2. Done a decent amount of damage to Samson in the process, who's just had to tank some of the Ion Shell to push it back out. But it is Apex pulling ahead a little bit on this early CS lead. Not a huge margin, but damn, is Milky getting harassed up here. This is why I probably just favored the Razor on paper, because I think just casting Plasma Field almost off cooldown, there's not much Mirana can do about it. Hard for him to trade. Hero really needs early stat items to boost his damage up to come online. I guess you could go for some like Frostbite Arrow cheeky combination, but if you don't get that kill, which they didn't really get the kill with the Starfall Nova, then you're low resources on the Maiden.
And you're gonna need those resources to secure last hits on range creeps like you just did there with the Crystal Nova.
Yeah, you just need so much mana on this lane. Tough lane to gain an edge in. Even though in theory you might be happy with this ranged core versus the Razor can't link you. Just doesn't need the link.
No, he does not. So in which case, the if the offlaners are going to be winning on both sides, comes down to the mid lane matchup. Who's going to be winning there? 18-2 for Wish's Ember Spirit compared to Kits, who does have a creep wave coming into him, so it's he's not that far behind. Currently sitting at 14-3. Optimistically should be an 18-3 after this creep wave.
Yeah, but this Ember is just free farming. Like, it's going to be another one of those Ember games where is he just going to run the game over like we've been seeing all day? Absolute free farm Ember is pretty terrifying. You get fast Mage Slayer versus this lineup. They're all early spell damage. The second that Slight goes out, you reduce all the damage from everybody. That's a tough fight. And you don't have the greatest lockdown versus him again. Like, yeah, you took your Frostbite, but you have to land a Bushwhack or Frostbite on Ember. Those are your best stuns. None of your cores lock this hero down.
Diving into the tower, sneak in from behind. Pingu gonna use his mana to win the other lane, not his own. Late TP comes out from the Dark Willow, does not change the status quo, which is GRIN Esports getting first blood, not losing anything for it.
That's a huge pickup for Moo. I think if it went on anybody else there, it honestly wasn't the most efficient move, but the fact they ended up getting on the Darkseer, big payoff here for GRIN, and yeah, Pingu gets the tip. He'll rotate back top. Extra XP for him, always nice. Lane's pretty even overall. Will be the Ember winning out in terms of the mids, and it's Mirana suffering the most. But that's Mirana. I mean, you're always going to suffer on lane a little bit with this hero. Unless you find those big kills with just some clutch spell casting.
I'm interested to see this carry Mirana in action, because I didn't really watch the game that happened earlier in the NA qualifier with that.
Oh, he went ham, dude. He went super ham. Do not underestimate the DPS later on. But you have to get there. And they almost lost that game too. They were like that. There's a lot of arguments that they should have lost that game.
Yes.
And ended up being able to pull back.
I watched like the beginning of the game, and I thought they were going to lose it. So.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose that game too. So maybe some of that is also the Mirana. You know, like, yeah, it'll carry you in that game, but you're also losing that game because you have a carry Mirana. So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Kit's recovering mid pretty nicely here, though. Has gotten level 6 first and really punishing Wish's regen here. Wonder if he's going to try for some cheeky kill. Call for a gank, because you have level 6 versus level 5 Ember. And we saw Shopify Rebellion punish this opening a lot earlier. Just won them a game straight up. Supports will come mid. You got to go now if you're going to go.
He is one creep away from level 6. He has been super skittish. He knows this gank is coming. He might have even been watching that Shopify game and learned from that situation. And he'll get his level 6. They'll still manage to land a bushwhack here. Kit's trying to hit the swashbuckle. Caught him on the shield crash. He did not go to the remnant that was sitting up on the high ground. So Kitz was able to catch him, and with a regen rune, he'll be back up to full resources too. So big win for Grant.
I mean, I think they should have gotten that kill when he was 5. I don't think they should have gotten it like that, but I guess it works out. Still a good call and good rotation nonetheless, and puts Pango in a very solid position here. Your Mirana is suffering, however. That is the downside of all these rotations. So your Mirana's level 4. Very poor. It's going to be a long road to recovery here for the Priestess of the Moon. Such is the life of picking an honest Dota hero, you know? You just don't get rewarded nowadays.
Well, it's a little dishonest because she can just arrow down hard camp creeps, which is a little cheating. Chasing after speed. They're going to be able to get him with the surge, and they're going to kill the Sven as Kitz easily cleans that one up. Nice rotation by the mid. Pango wins his lane and already has impact by winning the safe lane. 5-0. GRIN Esports, such a better laning phase than that game 1. That is for sure.
All right, these 4 heroes with the early spell power getting to do a lot of things they were missing in that earlier game, and showing why it's valuable and important here for how they want to play. Mirana's going to continue to get hunted here. It's the last leap for 10 seconds.
Hit the arrow. That's all he can do to defend himself. No more leaps. No more hope.
It's quite sad.
Oh, nice bushwhack. Catches speed. Wish says, goodbye, brother. I'm going to go get the power rune. That's more important than your life.
It's the correct call for sure. I think I would have taken the haste over the clock kill.
Oh, he got him. He got him off the acorn shot and the tree bounce trick shot that gave him the extra bounce.
Damn.
That's the first time I've actually seen that have impact like that.
That's pretty good. Almost level 6 now. Another smoke top, though. The downside is you gave up that haste rune. This is just another guaranteed kill for the Ember, I think.
Yeah, he'll catch somebody. It'll be Pingu. Goodbye,
Doesn't even need to
Pingu.
pop the rune.
No, he does not. He'll walk him down. And they'll turn back for the bounty rune. Kids grabs that one right in front of him. That shield crash. Hurting a lot there. Hits the bushwhack. Razor's going to come over, hit the chains. They're going to steal some damage from Kits, but he's still going to get off the Rolling Thunder. And if they get the chain stuns here, Kits' life is going to be well intact. Not much that the Ember Spirit can do about that situation. So, again, GRIN Esports just bringing more members. They brought 4 down to that safe lane fight that we saw earlier. Now they bring 4 up to this top lane fight. They are just moving all around the map to make sure that they got the momentum early off the laning phase and they do not lose that momentum by allowing Apex Genesis to outmaneuver them.
Yeah, much better flow to the game for them. Much better early pace.
Hookshot goes out on the Crystal Maiden. They're trying to secure the power rune. And while they do get it, it costs Pingu his life again.
Ember's still really strong in these early fights, man. Even though he's not snowballing out of control. It's just hard for these supports to fight him when you don't have the survivability versus the Sleight of Fist. And good news for GRIN here is the Darkseer is quite farmed. Moo maybe having the best game of everybody. Triple Bracer mech done at 10:30 here.
Yeah, he took the
insanely tanky.
He took the quick wit one, meaning that he really wants the emphasis on early stats, because those stats will give him extra intelligence, and that intelligence gives him extra attack speed. It also means his hero farms much faster. So you're likely to see Darkseer stay at the top of the network chart, especially after taking this tower, which does not look like Apex Genesis are going to put up a defense.
That's a big deal. Take the Ember's tower instead of the other way around. That is a good sign. If you're a GRIN fan right now. And also, Samson's game has just been slow, man. He had 2 deaths. He's starting to farm jungle with this Sven, but I mean, he's down there on that chart, barely doing better than this Mirana, who's, I mean, he's a Mirana. Left into the link.
Not great for him, but still good enough. Get the job done. Samson is left with nowhere to go to. Kits get a chain stun him. They do manage to finally kill the Mirana, but it comes at a hefty cost. They're going to try and get this Hoodwink as well. The Bedlam placed onto Wish. Ooh, he was slowed down. His Remnant did not go anywhere. And I think he accidentally jumped to it right away. Wish is going to be bailed out by a Terrorize from Big No.
Surge, man. Can he actually catch here?
No, he needed. He hits the swashbuckle, he wouldn't even die, so not that kill anyway.
Pango's a different beast with the extra spell damage and the Ion Shell behind him. Because he's going this Echo Saber tanky build again. He has 2,000 HP, but now he has damage to back him up. So if you're not killing him, he's actually killing you. That is a world of difference, especially when you're getting all these power runes as well. Pango Darkseer duo is controlling the game right now, and Moo is hitting another tower, man. Quick wit, putting it to work. Making the play on mid as well, and Ember is dead. Just like that.
Making it look easy. And they are doing all of this while Moo has just been casually, like, he just took over the bottom lane, took that tower. Now he's doing the same to top lane. He has his mech. TPs are coming in. They could try for it. This is going to be hard, especially with the creep wave in the way with a freezing field. Put out. Speed is going to back away, so the Bedlam's not going to do any damage. They're both going to get vacuumed into the shield crash from Kits.
Oh, this early game's just crumbling for Apex right now. They're the ones who just can't make the plays. Have pretty limited damage options in terms of their cores needing the lockdown to come through and be able to hit people, but Darkseer Pango are so tanky so early. Just not enough damage. Greaves is already up for the Darkseer. Have 2 almost 2,000 HP heroes. Nice. Stealing your Sven's Ancients, man. Looking for that wisdom rune. Looking for
They'll
tier
take it,
2.
and Milky's on the other side of the map to take the other one.
They're just getting a tier 2 at 14 minutes. What the hell's happening here?
What's happening is Apex Genesis have too many heroes that need farm. An Ember Spirit that's behind. You have a Razor and a Sven, so you don't really have a playmaking core right now that is free to take a 4 versus 4. Terrorize out to try and keep this tower alive. It's not going to work, it seems. It's GRIN not to be deterred. They just keep running at it.
That might be one of the earliest tier 2s I've ever seen. What a bizarre game in some ways. I don't know how you get a tier 2 that early with basically a 0 building damage lineup. Just not able to fight. Oh, Milky. Don't do it, brother.
Yeah, Milky is, as long as he stops dying, feels like this game is very well secured for GRIN Esports. They do need to keep it up, right? They got to keep moving around the map, chasing down these heroes, making sure the Sven isn't farming, because situations, times like this, right now, you've got 3 different cores that are all farming on the side of Apex Genesis.
And they can push the lanes in pretty fast. All 3 of these cores can push lanes. The Ember and Sven can clear through a lot. They can be annoying with some rat action with this Ember too. So yeah, you don't want to take your foot off the gas here. You have a lead. You're stronger in the fighting. Your Pango's probably the strongest hero in the game right now. If you can't keep getting the lanes in, forcing the action, or taking away camps from the enemy, it's not going to yield much for you here. So far, Wish doing a decent job splitting this map and recovering. The Sven's going to recover pretty fast. Might not have that great Sven game he wants, but...
Rolling Thunder gets used to stop Bignum's Shadow Realm TP.
Speed's just killing some couriers, but his clock is not finding action. Just finding a couple cheeky little extra piles of gold.
Yeah, if this was the game that you were leading, this would be a clockwork that could hunt down the Crystal Maiden, the Hoodwink. And obviously on the back foot, that just does not seem like it's going to be the case. Speed will challenge for the Lotuses. And he'll have them. And he's going to need to eat those Lotuses if he hopes to stay alive. He will not.
Rip. Rest in pieces, little clock brother.
BKB is done for Fate already. He rushed that one. Damn.
Yeah, he's just been farming, man. He's had no inclination to join anything in this game. Level 12, BKB done. His game is still okay. He's got 170 CS. I wonder how much this BKB is going to do, though. Like, can you actually link somebody and stay on top of it? Mirana has leaps. Darkseer has surge. Pango's rolling around. Not the easiest Razor game on paper.
Well, he might have a BKB in his stash, but he does not have it to BKB TP away. He's going to hope to kill Pingo right now. Oh, the use of the Shadow Amulet hides away from the Razor, and he can't finish the job while they also get the kill on Bignum. So there's what we needed from GRIN. Get, you know, keep these heroes that are trying to squirrel away around the map and get farm. Keep shutting them down.
Well, at least it'll transport the Razor to his BKB a little faster. You know, now he doesn't have to run the chicken. Kits is quite high level. Level 14 on this Pangolier. He has a shield rune, has an invis rune, and has a completed Aghanim Scepter. So he's about to be incredibly tanky. And he's going to deal a lot of damage. Ion Shell on top of all these double jumps with the Ags procs. Almost level 15 for that talent as well. Pango is cruising, man. First pick Pango. Back, Austin. You doubted it. You thought the patch was going to kill it. But no, you cannot kill that which has no life. Those are Pango spammers. They have no life.
Pango spammers have no life, yeah.
That's right.
They're going to
Cannot
smoke
kill
up
that.
and move to the Roshan play that's currently happening on. Now, they are not going to get here in time. In fact, they're not even going to get here in time in order to take a fight outside of the Roshan pit, so they pull a 180. Back to their little triangle they go. Are they going to try and fight on this high ground, thinking GRIN are going to walk into them?
Not a bad fight if you can bait him in. You have the high ground ward, you have the BKB Razor. You have some anti-clump with the terrorizing and stuff.
Yeah. Kill the Mango first. Can
That's
they
who you want.
chase on him long enough, though? A terrorize to control him, and he still gets off a swashbuckle over the side into a bramble. He dies. Trades out with a clockwork.
link.
Samson's very low. This Razor no longer has his BKB. It's just too much damage out for the freezing field. They can't play in this fight anymore. The Gleipnir's going to catch him. Milky, he's going to chase after him. They'll get the Sven. They had their initiation. They got their choice of a pickoff, and it still goes horribly wrong for Apex.
Not enough stuns left in the tank. Just clump too much committing for the Pangolier. I mean, you have to commit for him there once you start that, but Pipe and Greaves on Moo just bailed him out for so long. God damn, you wish you had a longer duration BKB on that Razor too, because he got a full link. He might have just killed them all if he had another 4 or 5 seconds.
Well, if a 9-second BKB is not long enough, I got some bad news for you, Fade.
A little mistiming there.
21-minute Wisdom Rune is coming up. They really gunning for a kill on the Marauder, and they almost have it. They do. No, they don't. Never mind. That's a level 1 Shadow Realm. The Ember's going to chase
Wish is
after him. He
committing.
might get him. Slight gets
got
him.
Oh, he's
Got him in the end, and he still has a remnant to get out.
Yeah, definitely make that play with the haste rune. Should guarantee you get out here.
Wow.
No TP actually, but
No
I don't think they're gonna
TP.
catch.
Maybe he
Nice
goes to
little
the
play.
other side of the map.
2 supports, kill an enemy carry. Marana continues to suffer.
They also take the Tormentor while they're chasing around after the Ember Spirit. So now you have Jetpack on the clockwork.
Yeah, I mean, Speed's finding some net worth here. That shard boosting him up. He was playing in the enemy jungle a bit. Doing his best to equalize some of the difference here.
Dire's bottom tower.
Don't know if it's super impactful on a clock this game, but hey, every bit adds up.
Dire are
The
scattered.
biggest thing for Apex here is just the Sven BKB and then what you get done with. Another amp damage for the Pangolier, man.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Spooky runes.
Speed's about to feel nothing, apparently. Miss Swashbuckle. Jetpack away. No, there's the amp damage. Can the shot come in? No, it slides right past him. Speed gets away thanks to the jetpack. Rocket Man.
Aghanim shards save lives.
True. That's true. There's some heroes like Pudge. He saves other people's lives. Shard.
That's true, Austin. Thank you for stating a normal fact about Pudge that has no relation to this game. I'm sure the audience really enjoyed that.
Just wish my wish my Pudge would go Shard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I don't think anybody watching does either.
Are scanning.
That's fine too. I like inside jokes that nobody knows.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they're
Dire's
That's
top
nice,
tower
son.
is under attack.
BKB is
working
almost
on
done for Mr. Samson.
Bottom
He just needs to stay out of sight and farm a few more camps. And maybe they can fight GRIN again in a 5-on-5 by having 2 BKBs.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're going to get another fight like that where the Pango walks into you and you just get to start on him with everything. And that fight didn't even go that well for you. Feels like you still need more damage here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I don't think
attack.
you're going to get it too soon either. If you can kill the supports, the fight becomes a lot easier. I think Kids is just going to start everything. Man's too big.
Oh, another shot that barely misses. A hook shot for a little extra distance. Oh, we got hit. The hook catches him in the end. The Gleipnir was on the other side as well. He was trapped. Trapped like a rat.
Trapped like a rat.
That's exactly
Slain.
what Apex Genesis are doing. Trying to rat. Wish. He stops ratting, tries to go for a kill. Mila reminds himself, don't do that.
Yeah, go back to the rat.
Back to the rat. The ways of the rat will never leave you. Mamma mia, that was close. Wish. He's thinking about going back for the kill, but a frostbitten. Even as he jumps to his other remnant. Not the man fight you thought it was. As that was several other heroes ready to interfere. A little bit concerning that the enemy carry, that your carry, rather, if you're GRIN Esports, could not take that fight against the Ember Spirit yet because he's.
What are you
still
talking about? He
too
took
poor.
it, man.
Well,
He took it, he beat his ass.
It was interference, and it was very close.
No, he had the one-on-one. If you don't know that he had that one-on-one, I don't know what you're watching.
Radiant's middle tower
Well,
is under attack.
my point continues that it was close because your Mirana is still behind the Ember Spirit in net worth. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
this hero, once
Yeah, rough lane.
behind, does not recover the fastest. So,
Yeah,
just
well,
making a point about the downside of carry Mirana. No, nothing more.
you know what recovers the fastest, Austin?
No.
Skill. Skill is the best recovery tool in Dota 2. And players who play Mirana are the most skilled players in all of Dota. Because they play the highest skill ceiling hero. That is Mirana.
There's no way that Mirana is the highest skill hero in the game.
Well, she's the
Not even
highest
sure if
skill
it-
hero.
I'm not even sure if
that's
it's in
honest.
the top 10.
It's the highest honest skill hero.
Oh, excuse me. The arbitrary SVG honest hero.
This is the most honest hero in the game. What hero is more honest than Mirana? I pose this question again. There's no hero more honest than Mirana.
I don't know, probably just some simple, good old-fashioned hero like Sven. You know?
Bro, Sven's not honest. This guy has clean. This guy just
Sven-
cheats. He just farms jungle twice as fast as any other hero in the game for no reason. That's bullshit, man. That's not honest.
I mean, if creep farming mechanics are cheating, then Mirana has a cheat with Sacred Arrow, so...
Yeah, and only losers farm jungle with Sacred Arrow. Real Mirana players farm one little right click at a time, like a man, saving
I
mana
see.
for the fight.
I see.
That's your dishonest brain trying to come up with dishonest ways to use an honest hero. That's exactly my point. You're not a Mirana player, Austin. You don't get it, man. You don't get it at all. That's why you don't understand this hero. That's why you doubt this hero. That's why Milky's going to prove you wrong.
Smoke across the map. Apex Genesis are already leaving the premises. Or are they?
Wow.
Bignum decides he's going to stick around for too long. Should have
gone through the gate.
Should have gone through the gate.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch another TI of Pango first pick, dude. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh, can't wait till Zero gets another buff in the C patch too. Oh, it's gonna be so nice.
Maybe you should send your feedback to Gabe Newell at
I
software.com.
send plenty of feedback. Okay, multiple accounts.
Has he ever
It's not my fault
responded?
they don't listen. No. Said stop talking to me.
Thanks for response.
Oh,
Wish
the
gets caught by the
Gleipnir into
Gleipnir.
the
Does
solo
not
killed.
jump to his
Solo
remnant in
kill.
time.
Rana.
And they're going to get the extra kill on speed as well. Looking like it. Wait a minute. Force Staff gets him away. And the jetpack plus the Glimmer Cape. The
Oh, he's gonna
Rocket
arrow
Man. He gets away.
Almost had him. Almost had. Showed him mercy.
Almost.
I mean, that was a Mirana solo kill on a mid hero. Didn't even use ult. Disgusting amount of firepower.
You really like Mirana, huh?
Oh, he's going in.
To an unhealthy degree.
Oh.
And he's gonna leap in more to get the kill, and now he's dead. Now, a second life though. He's got some help. Nice rolling thunder hit from Kids. Hits the two supports in the back line. Stuck in the brambles. Terrorize. Oh, he needs the vision. He needs the vision. He's going to get outside of the tower soon. Oh, no, he's not going to get it. Too many heals. Now he's been arrowed, rooted up. The Sven could not get the damage done. He was just about to complete a Chrysalis, going into a Daedalus. And now they missed that timing entirely. GRIN Esports. Uh-oh, wait, Kids? Okay, he's got a chance. He's good.
And you doubted the Mirana carry. This man just dove their base, solo killed their Razor off lane, baited everybody, still survived, and turn around arrowed the Sven. Game's just over, Austin. Mirana hit her timing. And the game just ended.
Is this some sort of, I didn't even hate on the Mirana so much. Is this some sort of weird payback for the Night Stalker game?
Mirana hit her timing, Austin. The game, it ended on its own. Didn't even have to play it out. Just over.
It is kind of over, it looks like. Maybe. You're gonna need to win one more team fight to really shut the door on this game too.
Zoning arrow.
He's going to need to pop that God Strength BKB at some point to get something done here. It's just not going to happen. He's going to run back to the fountain. That's going to be a BKB down and a God Strength down. Maybe they just go for a third lane of barracks. That was a... I'm not sure what exactly they were thinking about there in that hold, but I guess the God Strength is still going on for a couple more seconds. Well, not for long. The Sven's going to die. Just cannot get close to these heroes. The Terrorize gets thrown out, but it is a bit too late to save the Sven. It's up to the Razor to do all the work, and that's just not going to happen. Not good enough. Too much sustain available. And GRIN Esports will close out this game too and push it to a game 3, it looks like. As BKB to kill a Crystal Maiden. A late arrow, and Kids still controlling up the shot. This BKB has shrugged off so much damage. The Ember Spirit barely lives, and it will actually force GRIN Esports to back off. Lost a second hero, so away they go.
Number 1 damage in the fight. Priestess of the Moon. Didn't even need to say it. We all know who it was here. Milky getting the job done. This man shreds your face and shreds your base.
Nice rhyme.
I mean, you're doing Apex Genesis premises. Like, how are you flaming anything I'm doing in this game? But you didn't do that intentionally.
Premises.
You didn't
it's a pretty
intentionally
good
do
rhyme. What? How are you hating on that rhyme? That's a good one.
So bad. They're so bad.
What? And you think that face and base is a much better rhyming scheme?
It's not about the complexity, Austin. It's about what you do with the intonation and the feel behind it. Okay. This is why you just don't understand heroes like Mirana, because it's not a complicated tool. You know, it doesn't have to do crazy fancy things. It's just us honest, simple hero, honest, simple players. You want to play Dota on a normal level, the simpler time. Shoot arrow, hit arrow, right? That's the beauty of it.
Well, Apex Genesis, they got the Daedalus on the Sven. The problem is he desperately needs a Blink Dagger. And somehow magically get on top of all these heroes from GRIN Esports that have been kiting him out nonstop.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems for Samson in this game. They're gonna smoke wrap, potentially.
Yeah, Ember Spirit's gonna show as a distraction. Team's gonna wrap around behind. The Solar Flare just got used. So
That's
maybe it's
early.
not the best time to fight. They're gonna go for it anyway. Spot the Crystal Maiden. Go for her first. The valuable Crystal Maiden kill gets delayed, and Fade and Samson are both gonna die
just
before they
dead.
can get it.
What? This Sven pick was not it, dude.
No, it was not.
I don't know what this pick was designed to do,
Back
but whatever
to the
it was.
Crystal Maiden. Get him.
They can't get him.
Get
Too
him.
hard.
Facet that he took. He did not take Condemned, which makes it so there is no minimum threshold on Sunder. Instead, he took Soul Fragment. So it costs him 15% of his HP, but he will get a full health illusion.
Yeah, I don't know why this facet's good. I'll be honest. It just seems bad to me. You're just giving up HP on a hero who really needs his HP for something that's like, I feel like almost irrelevant.
To battle.
I'll give you another one, by the way. His innate ability, which for most heroes has been a buff, I think is actually a nerf to the hero. Because his illusions that you leave in lane to push out do less damage. 50% less damage than they used to.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a nerf when everybody else has gotten buffs.
The battle begins.
I mean, in theory, his team fight is stronger, but
Sure.
I don't know, man. This hero's just bad, dude. This hero's just bad. That's my gut read. Some heroes are good, some are bad. I think this hero's just bad right now, but whatever. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what he can get done with it here with elimination on the line. Got to play your heart out. He went back to one of his signature heroes. I mean, he popped off on the Marana. We all saw that, so maybe he can pop off here. I also just don't think his Lifestealer matchup's even that good. Like, I don't think Lifestealer cares. I think it wasn't one of those matchups that was great before near the end of the last good Terrorblade patch, but now with like the Radiance and the Ags and even Halberd builds and all this nonsense, it's like, what are you even doing here in this matchup? It's terrible.
Sure.
It just seems bad. Can't Sunder through the, like, you can go like, you can end up with something in Lifestealer that's Radiance, Halberd, BKB, you know, like AC, whatever. Like, what are you doing to these items? It just sounds so rough to play into.
Let's see if Milky can beat the odds. Let's see if the mid lane matchup continues to determine who wins the game. Because we had two games where the mid ran away with it and was able to get a lot accomplished very early on. Nice toss back from Kits. Gets some extra tower shots, 3 to be exact, on Wish. A lot of free harassment damage, so that's going to feel very, very good until the bottle is up for Wish, and he still needs 2 CS for that.
Good little harass. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the Tiny does in this Pango matchup. Maybe he can sort of start on the Pango in some of the fights or have enough burst damage comboed up with like a wing to actually threaten this Pango. That's going
Ooh, gonna get chased down.
Now.
Blood grenade for Blood grenade to slow him down. And that will be enough to get Moo back to safety and start healing up with some tangos, but close call.
Yeah, he's getting beat up. Beat up for sure for a hero with insane regen. They have really put in the harassment, trying to gain an edge on this lane. Hopefully get a pull off there for speed, get some extra XP. But again, lanes very even. The early portions of these lanes have been very close, at least in this series. Though one team eventually has pulled away with it. Who is back in fighting shape? Got a lot of regen.
Yeah, he ferried out a whole nother round of tangos and a Sal.
He spent a lot. It's a lot of gold investment, so it does pay. The harassment does pay off here, at least economically.
Yeah, normally a hero that just wants to be able to rush bracers, and in this matchup, get an early phase boots, heavily delayed by buying that much regen. Looks like Wish is winning mid though, 19-1 despite the toss under tower. He's doing a little bit better in that trade-off. This trade-off, Pingu's still trying to get the kill on Fade and will manage to get it. Now he's gonna go for a big dumb. It gets a double. So Pingu walks away the better for it. His carry suffers, but this Weaver, that it's all of a sudden got a ton of net worth. He's level 4, his Terrorblade's level 2.
They'd just go carry Weaver items at this point. You got support Terrorblade now. Put it into overdrive. You got a chance.
I don't know why, but for some reason I'm just imagining you as like a force ghost out there whispering wisdom to GRIN Esports. There is another
I'll tell you that much.
There is another one.
If I was doing that, they weren't listening to me in the draft, so power to them now. I mean, Terrorblade loses that trade versus Slardar. That's quite sad, you know? You got 11 armor and you can't survive all the physical. A level 2 trade. Feels bad, man.
You do indeed feel bad, man. You do indeed.
I guess who's
funny.
top of the board right now?
Pango. Kits is
Pangolier.
well, Kits is pretty much even with him. He has almost the same CS, 3 more denies. He keeps on using toss with crash landing to secure the range creep, which is pretty funny.
Gank coming in top.
Doesn't work. Bushwhack misses. Rage goes off. Hit him with the stomp, though. I guess once the rage is down, there's nothing to protect him. Once again, these support rotations through the gate that happen around minute 4 or 5, they continue to be very successful. And the forward position that TP's in typically just is not going to be able to get the same. In this situation, they can't even finish off the Centaur. They get the double kill, and they might get a triple off of this one, as Speed is going to be able to get 1, and with his extra movement speed off of the facet, because he hit all of his rocket barrages, he's got a huge boost from the afterburner. He was able to run away. But that was a close call. They almost got a 3 for 1.
A nice rotation from Pingu here. Gets that double kill bottom, instantly has Urn available, goes top and gets the charges, puts in the work, and shuts this Lifestealer down. I mean, Samson is having a rough time up here. This is a very slow start compared to that other Lifestealer game where he was mostly free farming early. GRIN are going to have a decent shot of just taking this Lifestealer out of the game. Would really help this Terrorblade. It's getting some solo time right now. Nice for Milky, but Meta will run out. I mean, if I'm GRIN, I'm continuing to put the pressure on this safe lane. Bring my Weaver up here, run at this Lifestealer. You have a catapult wave here. You're threatening a dive. As long as the Pango can't TP, which kids can keep track of him mid, then you're looking pretty good.
Speed says, no need to try and save that lane. Just put the same pressure on the Terrorblade. That's an easier to kill. Lifestealer is also going to die to the same dive. So, you know, uneven footing, I guess, in that regard.
It does feel like these GRIN supports are getting a little more out of this just because they have that snowball factor on the Weaver. Yep. But yeah, it is a mostly even trade. They're going to push the tower, though, with this catapult still alive. A lot more threatening here. I think the safe lane tower is just gone. I don't think Samson can go back here. Yeah, he's not even going to TP. He's thinking about it, but he is going to TP. Holy smokes. It's a bold move, son. It's a very bold move.
Pingu going through fade. Oh, beautiful bushwhack. Catches the two of them. Too bad that Wish is here to offset that great setup from Sneaky. They're still going to get the kill on Milky, and Speed not done yet. Sneaky's going to try and head off into the trees here. Dip away. It'll be good.
Another death for the Terrorblade. 0-3. Ooh, rough start, man.
Yeah, not a great one. Does what he can to put the pressure on mid. Cuts the wave, but Slardar TP's in to catch it. Get the extra golden experience. They did not manage to finish off that tower because Wish instead starts heading back to mid. Finds a hoodwink on his way. Make that
Big
squirrel.
win for Apex in the last minute here. Defended their safe lane. Got Samson a bunch more time to farm. Killed the Terrorblade again. They stabilized what would have been a disastrous couple of minutes there pretty well. Speed just making the moves, making this gyro work, and they're even looking at the Centaur. No Stampede available yet.
He's so close to
missile.
hitting his level 6. Nice timing there on the stomp, though. Catches Samson right as he comes back around. And with rotations coming out, Rage is going to be used, and Samson can infest inside of Speed, and Speed can move along real quick at 419 movement speed. He can carry the Lifestealer to safety.
And the downside of that Centaur Stomp didn't have it for that Lifestealer on the backside of that. Both towers getting pushed again, but it will eventually be Samson's safe lane tower that goes down first. Is Milky able to defend his against the Slardar? Probably worried about getting ganked, but if his team is playing aggressive and scouting out all these heroes, it does alleviate some of that pressure. Never mind, he's getting beat up again by the Slardar.
Gets off the Sunder, and they can turn around and kill Fade. Potentially, Fade's going to commit for the kill. He does not have the bash up, though, to stop Milky.
Big turnaround. Bunch of experience for this Terrorblade.
I mean, that's very good because he gets part of a kill. Obviously, that's massive. Keeps the pressure down on this safe lane, where the Centaur was able to take the enemy safe lane tower. So they've got a tower advantage right now. And the Terrorblade can now potentially rely on a rotation from his heroes to continue to hold this safe lane. Though tough against the Pango, who's coming in with the shield rune. That's probably a fight you do not want to take.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Smoke will guarantee this tower for sure.
Weaver's going to try and take some of the
Can't stop
experience
this.
here. Wish is going to go through the gates to where Milky is.
Bottom tower has fallen.
They would love to keep fighting on top of this Terrorblade. Also wouldn't mind trying to just kill Moo here. No Stampede for 15. There you go. Made it look easy.
Really did. Roll around for some extra neutrals. Speed is going to chase away Sneaky's Hoodwink as well. That being said, GRIN, they're just kind of chilling out right now. They're waiting for a Blink Dagger. It is almost here for Kits. You just need to farm this final wave. With that Blink Dagger, they can get real aggressive, right? That combination is going to kill most heroes in this game. You combine it with a follow-up with a Hoodwink, with a Bushwhack and Sharpshooter, pretty sure anything dies if you chain it correctly. So they immediately
100%.
smoke up the two of them and head out with a Blink.
Also going to have this Vessel on the Weaver when it flies out here, so pretty much all your early fighting damage initiation items are online for this kill squad right now. They're just going to start looking for anything. Would love to get this Pangolier. It does have a shield rune. Makes it a little bit tougher. Don't have that Vessel yet on the Weaver.
Hit him with the bushwhack. Now the ult's going to come in, but he got off the shield crash. The shield rune into the shield crash. There's too many shields for them to get through. And now Kits is going to die. At least he got the amplified damage rune before he went.
Man, that shield rune cost him that kill. Not patient enough. Not waiting for the vessel on the Weaver either. First move just backfires horribly here. Speed was ready and waiting to turn that one around, and they got a stolen toss. Catch Moo again. He just has nothing going for him. Can't finish this blade mail. It was on his courier, but even then, you're just going to be a blade mail centaur in this game. That, I don't know how good that's going to feel.
Very big difference from Fade, who already has his blink dagger and is second in net worth in this game. This is going to be a Slardar that's going to scale up quite a bit.
They're going to smoke the Tiny again to try and get something going here.
Get a gyrocopter, I guess. Not going to be the happiest
like,
with that pickoff, but...
Yeah, for the amp damage rune and a smoke, that's an expensive smoke. Not leading into an objective or like deep wards or anything.
Radiant's middle tower.
Not even sure you had to smoke for that one.
It doesn't even kick the Slardar out of lane. He's still going to chill out here.
I feel like you got to just go hit mid tower or something. Milky's making his way here. Does have a Dragon Lance completed. Gonna start smacking it. This is a pretty scary push for him if he gets burst down.
Hit by the amp damage. Got him on the bushwhack as well. The Rolling Thunder is going to come in too late to save the Slardar. But it will save the tower. They're going to go ahead for the Hoodwink. Hoodwink puts himself up against the corner. Drops a ward. They spot him. Now he turns around. Hits the bushwhack. Gets the stun. Up onto Wish. Wish is in big trouble. Has no shield crash. No swashbuckle to get away. Moo picks up a haste rune and walks it down.
Damn. Oh, well played fight. Getting the jump first on that Sardar was huge, and then you just kite out the Rolling Thunder, re-engage. Sharp shot hits the Rubik, forces him back. Just nice spellcasting, nice positioning here from GRIN. They get a big team fight win. And a team fight that the Terrorblade joined, so that needs to go well if the Terrorblade's going to commit to that sort of move. It does go well. Gets Centaur a lot back into this game, and Tiny still up on top here. You can get like a fast Echo Saber or something. Improve that pickoff game a lot.
Samson's just farming away, trying to get to his Radiance. He can buy out the Relic here in a second. And at that point in time, once he gets the Radiance, you'll have this really nice Infest gank where you can blink, Crush. The Crush will apply the Corrosive Haze. The Lifestealer can instantly pop out and start doing that full physical damage. But in the time between that space, it's probably just going to be GRIN getting more pickoffs with this Tiny. And it's something that you could see Apex Genesis are thinking about and grouping up for and trying to counter that play. That play just never came.
Their playmaking just awkward because they can go in on somebody with this Sardar, but the damage follow-up is very slow. Like, I think even if they jump Tiny mid here, I don't know if that ends up going well for them. Especially with Stampede looming in the background.
Couldn't get out the Rolling Thunder, at least not right away. Second attempt, can't get it. Stomped up, shot comes in. Hoodwink does some damage. Swashbuckle over the side. The shield crash keeps Wish alive, barely. And he Rolling Thunders just for safety. A scary fight for this Pengu. Barely manages to get out.
Man, those goals are just so hard. They need the Lifestealer Radiance so that they can have the carry join the fight, give them that initial burst off the Slardar jump. That's a big component here of what they're missing right now, and maybe just have to be a bit more patient for it. We'll give time for GRIN to farm their two other cores who are behind back up here, which feels a little bad, but just might not be other easy ways into the engagement. He's gonna Roshan. Why not? You got the swarm.
Yeah, forced it with the Terrorblade plus minus armor. Always be easy, especially with Apex Genesis kind of being on the back foot right now after that awkward engagement. Radiance is done for Samson with level 12, so some extra infest damage as well. Fade is going to go to the other side, and frankly, lucky that he's able to walk away because he was just kind of stumbling into 4 heroes. But GRIN, they were so focused on getting the Roshan, they didn't really care about Slardar. Just finish the Rosh, get that objective done, and they give the Aegis over to Kits. So Kits can continue to play super aggro, knowing that if he gets the right kind of initiation, a 5v5 becomes a 4 versus 5, and he's got the extra life. So 4 versus 6, that feels like it's a guaranteed 1 team fight.
Need the damage up, follow up behind him. I don't think he's solo killing anybody, but he's definitely going in. Need vessel charges on this Weaver again too. Yeah, you're definitely looking for a fight here. You got your double blink dagger up. Don't need the Terrorblade in that engagement, particularly if you get a toss back. But even if you don't, I think the supports are good enough to chain stun it here. Deal the extra damage. Radiance is done for Sammy, but not really looking to make a play with it. He's just content continuing to farm up here.
Going for a tier 2 tower. Apex Genesis are in position to try and hold around this high ground ward. They take the fight on to Milky. Blink doesn't quite hit him, but that's okay. Hit some of the other heroes. A toss back from Kits. Now in position. They go for the Slardar. Speed tries to do what he can, dropping the ultimate. Milky is not going to be able to do anything there. The Sunder going off will result in Big Num dying, but ultimately their carry is lost in this fight. Now they still have the infest of the Lifestealer. Jumps into Speed as they dove into the tier 2. Immediately a rebuttal with a buyback coming out from the Slardar and a fresh life from this infested Lifestealer. They can run down these heroes no problem and look to get a second kill. See if he can get an instant blink. He does. Avalanche TP out. Well played by Kits.
I mean, good to get out of there, but kind of a disaster of a push for GRIN, as this Aegis just did nothing for them. And the way that fight starts with the Terrorblade getting gone on first, worst case scenario for them. They want this Terrorblade in the back, your 2 tanky boys starting the fight, and he just gets to sit back there and hit everybody for the full duration. I don't think he got to even use meta or do anything other than Sunder the Rubik, which, I mean, yeah, it's like okay, but it's not winning you the fight here. Kind of a disaster of a push for GRIN, and Sammy Boy got a huge amount out of that. Level 14 now, and showing the strength of the Lifestealer in those fights. He's a problem for him.
Speed does not immediately die. They'll get him eventually here, but bit concerning that they ran solo on damage. Now Wish is going to go for the punish. He does have Rolling Thunder, just came off cooldown. Avalanche covers his escape, and Wish, he's in pretty deep now. He's in trouble. He's going to get chain stomped. Samson can't get in time to get the infest. Wish trying way too hard to make these things happen. Puts himself in a spot where he can just get comboed down before Rolling Thunder ever goes off. Now they're going to miss out on their Wisdom Rune potentially, as Moo has that secured. Area locked down. They're pinging the Terrorblade right now around this ward, knowing that there's some heroes on their Wisdom Rune right now, knowing that Milky is a little bit alone. He's not that alone.
Another amp damage rune for the Tiny that just does some decent work there. Still have not seen an infest jump play. It's just been saves coming out from the Lifestealer. Not these offensive moves that their lineup is capable of. And Milky will just go top and push out the map. So GRIN got what they came for here. Team fight win into some minor objectives, plus more farm for the Terrorblade, vessel charges for the Weaver, and some more recovery for the Centaur here. Pretty much everything they were looking for in the last minute or two. Another rune will be illusion. Definitely gotten his fill of amp damage runes this game. No complaining about that one.
Seriously.
Illusion not bad here either for the amp, and they're just going to go on the centaur. This is pretty deep. Man, not the fight you were looking for, I think.
Yeah.
Samson going to commit?
Too big of a chance of Samson coming in and getting an infest save. You're going for these tankier heroes like this Slardar, who does have a lot of gold just sitting in his bank right now. 2,600. He's trying to work towards the BKB and then follow that up with an Aghanim Scepter. Pango in trouble. Big Dumb trying to get here in time. A simple TP away will do it. And stole Shikuchi, so Big Dumb got what he was looking for.
Still, it's just two supports threatening your Pango. It's a huge difference from some of these other games where we've seen Pango just be way too tanky to go on. It shows you the power of just having some threat on these heroes from 2 or 3 man squads. Gives you so much extra map control and viability. They're gonna push this tier 2 top again. Meta dropped from the Terrorblade here. Knows there's no teleport on the Lifestealer. It's gotta fly out on the courier, so this was just a free push. Absolutely no contest.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still, Samson's getting big, man. He's getting a lot of the extra HP off all these creeps he's killing.
Dire's top tower.
Pushing towards that Ags. Could be a huge item in the fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We've seen Lifestealer carry games like this, just 1v5, 1v4, no problem.
I mean, an extra 500 HP is no joke, especially when your effective HP is so high, thanks to Rage, Armor from Armlet, and Mischance from Radiance.
And your life stealing through all that too.
Is under
True.
attack.
Yeah. The
Even
longer
more
you live,
HP.
the more your life stealing, most likely. So effective HP goes up even more.
It's pretty bonkers. They'll find a quick pick off on the Rubik. Gucci cannot save you from everything. Apex happy to just farm for their next set of items here.
Radiant's bottom tower
Grin want to make something happen. BKB done for the Tiny. They know how strong he is.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gonna try and connect.
Smoking it down. Ags for the Pango. BKB for the Terrorblade. BKB for the Slardar. Everyone's getting their items.
Radiant's bottom tower
Smoke
is
did
under
not
attack.
connect here. Everybody's just ratting the mat.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's a big Lotus Orb. Moo can really disjoint a lot in these fights with like open wounds, lift, Slardar amp, missile. A lot, decent amount of single target spells to reflect or just try and help his Terrorblade out. Making a move on Samson. Did not expect the silence from the Orchid.
Hit him with the mech. That's not good enough.
Damn.
Almost got him off the Rod of Atos too. The +1. His speed does manage to TP away. Yeah, he did not see
Weaver
that
working.
coming for sure.
Giants are scanning.
I mean, that's Weaver, man. This hero can just farm so fast and can buy whatever he wants. Doesn't need boots. Doesn't need early fighting items outside of the vessel. Just straight to it. Instant payoff. Big pickup here as that Lifestealer was getting a lot off this map.
Dire are scanning.
Now suddenly you have BKB on the Terrorblade, BKB on the Tiny, that Lotus Orb on the Centaur. Starting to get that tank ability up.
Attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
2 minutes
Need more
until
damage.
next Roshan. He's gonna go for the Tormentor here. Piku's gonna see some of this. It's gonna be too late to stop it. And can do nothing to punish it either, so. 3B
TP
smoke
on
across the
speed.
map though. Look out if you're Big Num and Wish. Smoke breaks on Big Num. Got him on the stomp. Glimmer Cape, but they do have some dust. And they have plenty of disables. A lot of those.
Speed's probably going down here too.
Yep, he sure is. Just trying really hard to just create some space or something, but they have the Aghanim Scepter. They almost have level 3 Infest. I feel like you don't need to create any more space.
I mean, he had no
I
TP,
feel like
so
they
he
could
was
fight.
just stuck there.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
He just had no way to get back on the map.
All right,
Another
well,
silence on the
gets
Lifestealer.
caught, so.
Oh,
I mean, you had
this
to know
Orchid.
they were coming from that direction. Still
Grin.
gets caught by that same Orchid.
GRIN picking it up right now. 2 huge kills for this Weaver Orchid on a hero that was out of control. Gets shut down, and that Roche is spawning soon, so you get this next Aegis on the Terrorblade, you have some high ground potential. Line that up with like a butterfly here in the next few minutes. Could be too much for Apex to handle. Getting spooky.
It really is. I mean, they're hitting their items, but they're not getting that team fight. Instead, we're going to see this BKB finally get put to use to BKB TP out. Pull a Nightfall.
The old Nightfall move, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you also got this Hoodwink starting to scale, which this hero hasn't looked as good as it did in the previous patches, but still going to do some decent damage here. Good follow-up on the 2 stunners. I feel like you don't want to just keep this pace up if you're Apex. You kind of want to make a move. You got your Ags Lifestealer like you were mentioning. I mean, the items are here. You're buying these items to fight, not to farm. There is the smoke. So you're going to infest up? Yep. Okay, so here's the infest jump. You don't have the BKB on the Slaughter. That's the downside right now. And you just got jumped.
Gyrocopter bursts down right away, but so is the Hoodwink. Fade runs into the Terrorblade, decides that's not what the fight they want to be able to take right now, using the Stampede to get away from the Rolling Thunder, which slips right on by and TP's out. Wish is fine.
The problem is Roche is up, and it is fully in GRIN's control, so you're just going to walk into the pit with the rest of this meta and claim that objective while they TP'd out. Yeah, you have to re-smoke here. Another infest smoke. I guess the upside now is the Slaughter BKB is coming back, but you don't have Rolling Thunder. Can you get here in time is another question. This is going down fast.
It is.
Weaverbug dies.
It is not looking good right now.
Pretty
Slardar
close. Really close, actually.
Oh, he might just be able to make it. He gets inside. Oh, can they get it? No, Milky does manage to get the Aegis, but the fight still could be good as Kits is almost dead already. No, we got the cheese as well. He eats the cheese. They get through the first life of the Terrorblade, but now they have to retreat. With an Aegis and a cheese, there was just too much for GRIN.
They just couldn't get anything off the ground. Salvaging that fight is Milky. Just picks it up, clicks correctly. That would have been a disaster if Apex had managed to snatch away any of that Roshan. They were there exactly on time, but could not get it fast enough. And it does its work. One fight without meta as it expired.
I mean, they get
high ground in 30 seconds.
They get anything out of that. Aegis or the cheese, surprisingly.
Yeah,
the cheese actually made a world of difference there, saving the Tiny's life.
I mean, this Tiny has AC now. Like, he's no joke.
He's turning into a full-on carry.
Man, Pilkey's gonna poke this. Got 10 seconds, no Lifestealer. And Butterfly done, actually. You might just siege it up here. It's a nice Butterfly timing. This is where Terrorblade's at his strongest.
Just trying to push him back where they can. Wish getting a lot of shield crash damage. Instant Sunder usage. Doesn't do that much, but he has to use the BKB with the Ags Infest on him right now. Milky's actually going to get pretty low. They're going to be able to finish him off here. Wish.
We dodged it.
He just needs one more hit.
Dodged the swashbuckle.
He landed on Fade. How is all of this getting through? Fade's going to try and chase after him.
What
He
is
looks like
happening?
he's eventually going to get him. Surely that crush lands and the hits will finally come through. But Wish had to run himself to death through that play. And Ags Infest now onto the Centaur means they're going to kill the Centaur as well. Run down even more. They got Sneaky in vision, but Kits responds with a toss that finishes off that Slardar. Speed will do what he can with the missile, trying to chase down. He'll get sneaky in the end as Samson catches up to him. Now runs after Kits, hoping that he can get more off of this one. If they could actually get Kits as well, that Axe Infest keeps on doing it, man. He's going to come back out with no rage, though. Stomp. Oh, that toss trash landing kills the gyrocopter. Shot down in the sky with a hard landing, but that's okay. Samson, in the end, gets the kill on Kits, which was a godlike streak. We're at 1,700 gold.
And he picks up an XP rune worth 1,100 XP, so he's level 21 now. Huge teamfight turnaround here off a base push that was very aggressive because, yeah, you can sunder the Pango, but he got such a large shield crash, it didn't matter. And then you're just on the run. And you were lucky to survive as long as you did with a... I mean, maybe not lucky. It was a sick dodge with the Manta, but you can't stand there and fight at that point. Like, your resources are pretty limited on this Terrorblade once that Lifestealer just starts running into the fight. Front line just crumbled there. It was an aggressive push. They got a ranged barracks out of it, but not much else, and they gave a lot to the Lifestealer on the return. He will pick up a full Sanj and Yasha now. He's getting big, man. He's getting big. You still have option to silence him and bring him down that way, but
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough out here.
Take a Tormentor. This one's for Samson. So he gets the... what is that one? Infest Explosion applies a 50% duration open wounds to enemies within damage radius. So when they jump in, everything's going to get corrosive haze, or everything that's in the crush anyway. And the Infest pop out is going to apply open wounds to all of these heroes.
Oh, there's an amp damage in the river.
Oh, God. Milky, he's managed to get it. Oh, the crush on a 3. Immediately trying to go to work here. Samson, he does not commit, though. They back out away from that initiation. The BKB was used on the Terrorblade, and they think that's good enough.
I mean, they can just go with another Infest here in 5 seconds. Pretty smart move, because they got the BKB, the meta, and that amp damage out of the Terrorblade. And now they're all going to run out, right? You just re-smoke or re-go here.
Yep.
Don't have another smoke. That's the problem, but... yeah, did not want to fight that amp damage Terrorblade, even with that sick crush.
One hell of an initiation from
Oh,
Fade.
yeah, that was as good as it gets. These low cooldown infests are pretty nasty, man. Like, you get 3 or 4 off in a fight. It's a lot to combat.
I wonder, he's going to be level 20. Wonder if he gets the corrosive haze armor, or if everybody goes the slithering crush damage, and he will too. Just thought maybe with a life stealer and the Pango, the armor would have some value, but no. If he gets all the way up to 25 and you get that crush cooldown, if he chooses to take that talent, that one is, you start pumping out some crazy damage as Slordar. You could build like the Octarine build to really combo with it. Ooh.
I think that build's amazing if you're not a focus target.
Yeah.
Or like they don't have crazy burst. I think that build just goes absolutely ham, yeah. In the games where they have crazy burst, you have like one jump to win the fight, then you're probably taking Undispellable Haze, but I think both these talents are extremely viable in the right situation. To get a double catapult wave up top, dealing some decent barracks damage, but nobody able to take advantage of it. I mean, there is a lot of armor on the side of GRIN now. Like, they are stacking it up. They got the AC, they got Shivas on the Centaur now, plus Craggy Coat, plus that Lotus from earlier. So this Centaur, it's got 50 armor. Tiny has got 50 armor. This Terrorblade has 40 base armor, plus Vindicator's Axe. I mean, they are really prioritizing the physical resistance here. There's a lot to punch through. Even if you land these crushes, get that amp. I mean, you're taking someone from 50 to 30 armor.
Yeah.
It's like barely anything.
That is a good point.
Need Roshan's in this game. Both teams need next Roshan. Gotta find the
Oh,
pickoffs that
Pingu,
lead
you
to it.
should
This
have
is
gone
very close.
through. Okay, he's still good. He even gets the vision of Fade walking up there. Fade not quite reacting fast enough.
Scanning.
These are scary smokes, man. TP top. I mean, you gotta push this top lane out. This ranged barracks has actually been pretty annoying, and it's gonna create a smoke opportunity for GRIN, who finished that Daedalus on the Terrorblade. Big damage pickup. Looking for anything right now. Especially if it's outside Apex's base. They will take that fight and clear your Raxes instantly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See some heroes mid.
Quick and fast look again. The smoke up from GRIN.
Is under attack.
It's going to make it difficult. And then to find this initiation, Big Num is out deep here trying to get a ward down. That's going to be a freebie. And Speed is on the other side of things, also trying to get a ward down. This one is successful for now. So at least they're set up with some sort of vision to contest Roshan if the time comes. Which the time is here.
Yeah, Rubik's just not enough to go high ground, especially with Roche respawning. Do not want to throw. Trying to push some stupid racks and then lose Roche.
Yeah.
He'll get scouted here. So GRIN know it's up. Can just run and instantly do it as Fade pushes out. He does have a gem. This is scary to push out like this, though. Don't know if they're sitting on a ward.
Yeah,
They
way
kind
ahead of the
are.
rest of your team, running into all these heroes and missed the crush. Not
Didn't
good.
BKB.
Fade has to BKB TP out. And he will barely make it. They used a buyback on Big Num there as well off of that initiation. So you completely with that one, and I believe that just leaves it open for GRIN to take it for free.
Yeah, you can't even get back here in time. Damage is overwhelming at this point. That's an Ag Scepter for somebody. Kind of interesting who it's going to go to here. I actually think it's kind of interesting on all three cores. This cart is not bad anymore. The workhorse,
true.
put the Terrorblade in it. Sounds pretty good.
They gave it to the Centaur. It's going to be a carded Terrorblade
Yeah,
at
that-
some
that
point in
sounds nasty,
time.
dude.
Is under attack.
In which case, the Lifestealer
I'm
can't
for
even
it.
interact with him to use his Aghanim Scepter.
Yep. I think it seems really good this game. And they do it. Give them the
This was
workhorse.
an opportunity to get some support pickoffs here. They're still going to try. They'll blow up the Weaver. Kits is still hanging around, though. Invisible. Out of sight. Blinks away.
Illusion's pushing top. Gotta respond. If you want to save this top barracks here. Lane that has constantly caused you issues continues to be a nuisance. Will force Apex back. Miss the Pangolier here. Sammy boy working towards that 25 talent. Getting close. As Kits with a shield rune's just charging in. Man's got no fear.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a crap ton of HP, that's for sure. They're turning back into him. They've only just now gotten through the shield rune, and now reinforcements are on their way. They're going to use the Stampede, though. Crush onto 2, continues to go through. Ghost Scepter's going to be popped on the support here. Infest inside of this Tiny, and he eats cheese, comes back out, even more HP to make it work.
Put him in the
Put
cart.
him in the cart. Save this Tiny. Samson goes for the TP, goes for the TP. He's going to barely make it. Oh, he had like 100 HP. He's gotten a bonus 852 thanks to Corpse Eater. God damn.
Trickster Cloak saved his life. The extra evasion there, plus the
Oh,
Radiance. It's a decent amount of evasion on all of that HP. But damn, was that close. And another cheese on the Tiny bails him out in a tough situation. Just an insane amount of HP to get through. Toss him in the cart and let him wail on the fools below. They also got another gem out of that, I think. Finish the Abyss on the lifesteal, but this game is hanging by a thread for Apex right now, man. It's like, they lose any of these fights, this game just ends because their base gets disintegrated. And they are struggling to find the kills. Even with this lifesteal running around in the fights, getting infests off. Just too many lives to get through with these extra Roshans. Meta up in 50 seconds. Could be the go for GRIN to push high ground again. Have this Aegis for 2 minutes. That's a nice illusion rune too.
He's got an Aegis still for 2 minutes. When that Aegis is down, he could buy out Satanic, still have a chance at a second life.
I mean, surely you want to try and push metas up in 10, 130 left. It's got to be the push time. Can you push? It's so tough.
Seems not. Dude, Moo's thinking about going back for a 4-staff. What?
I mean, 4 staffs save lives.
I guess so.
Never have too many 4 staffs.
Yeah, and if you have Workhorse, maybe anything for the extra mobility, whether it's getting the Workhorse off in time or after you use the Workhorse. Cart that dude around a little bit faster. I don't know. They're going to back off and do their Tormentor, save the Wisdom Rune for their carry, so you can get a little bit closer to level 25.
I mean, that level 25 talent is interesting. Plus 30 seconds Metamorphosis. That's a long duration meta.
Yeah.
Which in these late game fights matters a lot. I mean, 10 seconds under is also pretty good.
Radiant are scanning.
It is pretty funny how you could just at any time pop Conjure Image for a full HP illusion and then just sunder it back, just sunder yourself to full health.
Like maybe that interaction just makes this 10-second sunder way too good to pass up. You just keep popping illusion, sundering up, pop illusion, sunder up every 10 seconds. It's guaranteed. But it does feel like sometimes these fights are, you know, like once your BKB is out and you're getting run down, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the Terrorblade die even after a full HP Sunder. It's not guaranteed to save you. All right, and the big question is, can you go high ground here? You have your MKBs. You have an MKB on Tiny and MKB on Terrorblade, so that evasion on the Lifestealer does not save you anymore. It's a big deal here. And a smoke out from Apex. Looking for the jump.
Words on the high ground. Moo immediately tries to jump it. Shivas reveals all these heroes. And oopsies.
Boy.
That is a bad time for a disconnect. It got it on both sides. I saw Wish just AFK, took a shot from the hoodwink as a result. Really bad timing for that.
I mean, at least it's one on each side, I guess, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's rough because your Terrorblade and Pango are kind of just like running in here. Very weird for both teams, but they will both have a chance to insta BKB if they really want to. So nobody got like crazy abused by it, but didn't get a chance to chain stun the Centaur if that's what you were hoping for here.
No.
You might get chain stunned anyway. There's a missile on him. Wait, the missile hit him. That's a okay. He Lotused that missile. Still an abyssal on Sammy, but he is Lotused here. Oh boy, what an awkward situation.
Yeah, it is. Both teams have the opportunity to break down what they want to do in this fight. Which, in some ways, I always find it kind of cool because in some ways it means you're going to optimize how a team fight goes, at least for the first couple of seconds here as we come out of this pause. This could be the fight that sends one of these teams out of the NA qualifier. They go for the Centaur. They finish him off. No problem there. Wish barely manages to get out of there. A sliver of HP is what he gets up to the high ground to. Now the Slaughter is going to get Yules. Samson, he's not going to make it out. Oh, gets run over by Moo on a buyback there. They do have a buyback available to these heroes on the side of Apex Genesis.
Massive Sunder on that Lifestealer out of the Infest. Removed to like 4,000 HP or something.
Oh, they go for a
ridiculous.
rolling
Try and all in
thunder.
him.
Infest pop out to kill the Terrorblade, and they've got him. That was a smooth initiation there from Apex Genesis on the second part of the fight. They made the buyback from the Lifestealer worth something, but they need more than just kind of the Terrorblade kill. They kind of need to get the Terrorblade buyback or some sort of objectives out of this situation.
Yeah, what can you get out of it here? That's the question. Doesn't look easy to get anything objectives-wise, even that buyback. You traded Centaur buy for Lifestealer buy. I mean, if you're GRIN now, you wait for your heroes to respawn, you look for that Lifestealer. Could be eyeing Roshan in the next few minutes, but I think everybody's going to be up by the time it spawns.
Damn, they're really not gonna find anything else, it seems. They head up to that Roshan pit area, but it's like it can't even spawn for another 40. So
Yeah,
they
just
are
awkward timing.
they are going to be in a very bad spot for this next fight. It's either contest Roshan, and that if you lose that fight, you're done. No buyback on the Lifestealer. Or it's give them Roshan for free and try and hold high ground until your buybacks are back up. And I just don't think that's a viable solution to this problem.
Is under attack.
I feel like you probably just fight the Roche. Like, you control the vision around it, you make sure this top lane stays in, and you just wait for this dire Roche spawn. And if you're GRIN, your best play might be to actually threaten base here to bring them back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you somehow magically get a very fast Roshan, it's going to be fast. Not that fast, though. 50 seconds. They are going to smoke up and go straight to the base push. You have to come back. Lifestealer's going to TP right in front of them.
You got him back. Now you go Roche. Now you have an open window to deward the area, get the vision control. Samson will buy out a BKB. This is where you have to smoke if you're Apex and chase them here.
Speed
Barracks are under attack.
stayed out on the map and does not get spotted. They do.
These Terrorblade illusions. So annoying right now.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. They know
you have
Apex
to just give 'em
Genesis. They know they're coming. Nobody's inside the base right now. They're going to run into the Weaver again, and they don't have the detection to see him. Weaver slips right on by all their heroes. Wish spots him now. They see the gyrocopter. The gyrocopter dies. The Weaver survives. It's a 4 versus 5 with a buyback available and a TP point at Outpost. It is the dire advantage for this little engagement. They don't have many buybacks to work with.
Should just buy back and push these lanes out. So the team can contest this, but
Ooh,
lose
that
courier,
is
that
a
is
lost.
right?
Yeah, that's going to feel pretty bad. They're going to start doing the Roshan, start doing it, and finish it. Then that sentence. Jesus, that was fast.
It's another Ag Scepter. It's either Tiny or Terrorblade here. This Tiny one's not bad. He's got Datals and MKB, but Milky wants it. We got Terror Wave online. It's a decent fear. Might catch this Lifestealer at a certain point. He's almost level 25 as well. This is a high ground Aegis. Still don't have a Lifestealer buyback, and they know it.
He got to the level 25 in the Sardar. He went for the Undispellable Corrosive Haze. Understandable, but
here.
they are extremely dependent on their Infest burst damage. And they're doing that against an Aegis. This fight. I don't know how they're going to do that, reset, somehow do it again.
Gotta abuse the buybacks you have. I think you have them all except that Lifestealer, yeah. So you got 4 buybacks here in a base defense fight. It's very strong. It's a lot to get through. Level 25 talent up for the Terrorblade does take the meta duration. 80-second duration metamorphosis. That is quite good for these siege fights, because then it stifles that opportunity to chase him down while the meta's running out and get that back end fight that maybe you kill him and go their base. Makes that a lot harder. Don't get that 10-second Sunder, but hey, that's what Aegis is for. An Arcane Rune on this meta means it's basically just free. 80-second duration, 90-second cooldown.
Oh, jeez.
That is a freebie right there.
Get their jump. Does get a little bit low. Workhorse saves him. Even used the Terror Wave. Wish is still bouncing around. The Terror Blade finally gets low from the cart. Ooh, trying to get the toss back. Immediately responded, though. Telekinesis kits pops his BKB, trying to make it out. But the defensive blade holds him in place. Now they got the crush on a Milky as well. Milky makes a break for it. Stampede only will take him so far. Samson will close that gap. Pops the BKB to make sure no Sunder. And they'll finish him off like one. And they get the squirrel on the side. So they are running out of allies for this one. They're going to pop the BKB on Milky. And he's going to fight through the Satanic. It's not good enough.
Another high ground push that just ends in disaster. The failed blink toss. Was it necessary? And then you just don't even get to use most of your items here. Tiny doesn't get anything off in this fight. Terrorblade doesn't get to hit anybody for 2 lives. And it's just a lifestealer bringing everybody down. No answer for the BKB or the Rage lifestealer in this game. There is still not a single item or spell that goes through it here on the side of Grin. So he's just immune. Absolutely immune. And he doesn't even have the MKB yet. Sammy Boy was struggling to get through that evasion, but it doesn't matter. Damage is overwhelming here between the 3 cores when they're all focusing somebody down. You have 4 Roshans here, and you just can't go high ground successfully.
Yeah,
Not the jump you're looking for, man.
That Tiny died fast, man. That was not a tanky boy. And yeah, you could see the evasion is a problem for Samson, but they already have the numbers advantage with 2 heroes dead. It's pretty easy to take out that Terror Blade. Now we're back into a position where an Aegis, a free Aghanim Scepter, a huge net worth lead, none of it was enough for Radiant to end the game. Grin have got to be thinking, well, what's needed? Or are we just doomed to go 60 minutes?
I mean, you might just be doomed to lose this game if you can't break it. Like, the Lifestealer, he's just scaling. Just getting more HP, more damage. Tango going ultra late. Has all his talents. Ancient Guardian for the bonus damage. Now they're taking your base. You don't have a Tiny buyback here. You don't have a Terrorblade buyback either.
I mean, there is some worlds where they could go tier 4s and end, but of course they don't know about the buyback, so they're just going to keep it safe, go for 2 lanes. And away they
got
go.
what they came for. It's like a 15k net worth swing here. Roshan's be damned, that high ground defense jump is so damn strong. If you get to this MKB plus buyback on the Lifestealer, you are in a very good position all of a sudden. Nullifier done for the Slardar as well is going to get rid of some of those save mechanics here. Particularly that Wind Waker on the Weaver. They're getting a lot of gold here. Refresher Pango, Lotus Rubik. All that's missing is this MKB for the Lifestealer, and it's just because he ate nags and he's saving buyback, which is once again available here for Samson. Apex Genesis turning this game around from the brink. Did not have much wiggle room. Found an opening here.
Spot the Slardar. Grin do not go towards the Slardar. They cut up into the triangle and see if they can find any weaker prey. Not the case for now, but I have to. I mean, there's no way you're gonna go high ground. So you throw some illusions up there. But what's next? What's next for GRIN? Just farm up some more? Is there an item that changes the game? I don't think so.
I don't know, man. I mean, Ags on the Tiny would be nice to throw in some damage. Otherwise, I think it's just Hex on somebody. They're having issues committing onto the initiation and finding it.
Yeah.
Is it Divine Rapier Hoodwink? Holy smokes.
Oh my god, he almost has it.
I mean,
God
he's
damn.
eyeing it up. No, he's going Daedalus. He's going Daedalus.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
chill out. Let's chill. I mean, he's still hitting hard. But the problem is
He
the
is.
fight. The fight happens within the first 3 seconds. And nobody can stop the Lifestealer hitting your TB. So those are the points of interaction that GRIN really need to disengage from and then find an opening afterwards.
I mean, if he does get this Daedalus in level 25, he can double Acorn at the very start of the fight. Slardar's going to get picked off. There's not much here to be able to save him except for the Rolling Thunder, but it looks like that was enough. Got off the BKB and a quick sprint on out of there. I mean, one thing of note is that the Slardar, if he gets the crush, he gets really tanky off of this facet where he steals 40% of the armor that he's taken away with this Corrosive Haze, right? So combined with that with the Aghanim Scepter, and the Slardar is pretty much untouchable if he gets the initiation. In a situation like that, though, the Slardar could definitely not.
I mean, it's just waiting for another Roche, but what is this Roche even going to do for you? It doesn't help you change any of these things that have been going wrong in the fight. I think at this point, Samson would almost rather have the MKB than an Aegis. Like, just give me the Evasion Pierce.
Yeah.
I don't care about lives in this game. I'm going to cut through them all. Scan will proc on the Tiny here. Blind Crush miss. Kit's maybe thinking about going in here.
Careful there,
That
Samson.
Lifestealer.
Don't forget, there is a lot of chain stun. He's making a run for it.
There is no Rage or BKB stun in this team, man.
Yeah, and there never will be unless somebody wants to get a basher at some point. More saves are about to come in. Pingu is going to complete an Aghanim Scepter, and he's going to have level 25, which usually you take the Shikuchi talent, which means Perma Shikuchi.
Perma Shikuchi with Wind Waker and Ags. Yeah, that's some saving action for sure. They're going to eye this Lifestealer top again. They don't have their Centaur with them. They're just not confident enough to go on. This guy has plus 1300 HP at this point. He's so damn tanky, and everybody has buyback in this game, so you have to understand where the outposts are, where people can get back into the engagement. Don't want to end up in the 5-on-10. Use these Terrorblade illusions to constantly create some base pressure, give you an advantage.
Centaur's looking at that bonus HP with jealousy, man. He's only got 980 bonus HP from his innate.
Small fry.
Does he have enough to buy out the MKB? He's very close. Very close to being able to buy out MKB and have buyback. Toss back into the stomp with the Terror Wave. Combined with that, the Rolling Thunder, though, and Samson still managed to get out. He got the Infest inside of the Terror Blade. Now they're going to work horse and try and drag him away, but they stop the horse, and that stops the cart, and that stops the Terror Blade.
Too tanky to go on, man. The man just won't die. The
No,
Lifestealer.
he won't.
He's inevitable. You want
Bit
Roche?
by
You want
bit.
buybacks?
They
Doesn't even
are
want the Roche. I agree.
Seriously.
Roche, it doesn't even matter, man. Just go divine.
Rapier. Okay.
Oh yeah. Just punch it through.
That's a way to end a game right there. That's
I
gonna
don't
force
need
a
evasion
buyback out of
here.
GRIN.
I mean, this is either going to be the greatest push of all time or the greatest throw of all time. But it's glorious either way. You're getting buybacks no matter what. Megas, maybe, if there's no defense here.
Got 2 buybacks. Is that good enough? They want
sure.
that Terrorblade buyback. They want it real bad. But
Basher
if they
on the
get
Centaur.
that buyback, you're gonna get initiated on. There it is. Toss back onto the Slardar. Hit him with the stomp. Kits is dying fast though. They trade 1 for 1. Takes a little
9
bit longer
HP.
to kill Fade.
They didn't get the Megas on 9 HP ranged racks.
Oh my god.
I mean, it is a ranged rack, though, so you can't do anything about this. So it does feel like Megas are inevitable at some point here. And there's still this Roche sitting here. I'm going to go gobble it up.
Yeah, Roshan's gonna switch to the other side here. So it'll
Get
be a
Ags on the
refresher
Rubik.
shard.
Of course, Pango could eat his. Oh, it's going south. Amp damage rune in the river, too. I feel like this Rubik should have just gone and got this Megas or something.
Yeah, with the tree throw that he's got.
I mean, any single right click kills his range racks instantly.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Like somebody just, glimmer up the side of the lane and just blink in the base and hit it. Mirror shield for Sammy Boy as well. That is a nice pickup.
I mean, they're
As
focused
the
on
tier
trying to
5s
get all
come
their
out.
all those tier 5s. Dude, this hoodwink has a
It has
divine
divine of his
rapier
own?
plus Stygian Desolator. He's got the double acorn shot. This acorn shot back to back could do so much damage. Wish is going for it. Wish is going to be the one to go for it. He takes it. BKB, TP's out. Mega's achieved. Roshan
Smart play.
taken. Everything is now in the favor of Apex Genesis.
Well, outside of that squirrel. That squirrel's hitting hard right now. I mean, he's the
he
real
is.
carry. If the Terrorblade can't get the job done, time for me to do it. Put that squirrel in the cart.
He really needs a crit to fully take advantage of all this damage he has. He's got a Crystallis. If he can get the full out Daedalus double acorn shot, I mean, who knows? Who knows what happens at that point in time? The right RNG, the right bounces, the right crit.
I mean, they got some good tier 5s, man. I feel like everybody got a tier 5 they're liking right now on the side of GRIN. Very strong set of 5 from them, and not some bad stuff on the side of Apex either. You got that Book of Shadows on the Rubik with all that cast range. Good coming clutch here. Aegis on Sammy Boy, he's gonna push it in.
It's bash
Go
on
bash.
Moo. Now, all this
No, they don't have
time,
buybacks.
Apex Genesis have been holding their high ground. They've been the ones being able to pick and choose the initiation. They got it again. This time, Centaur saved. Out for the time lapse. Weaver trying to Shikuchi on out of there. Kits is going in, but he immediately gets stopped out from the bashes. They just rain in. He gets a toss back, double toss back in order to get some distance. He gets carted back to the fountain. He's going to be okay for now. Harpoon pulling back in Milky, and Wish heads
careful
right
there.
back where he came from. Gets him on an avalanche. He's infested though. Tons of HP. And he also has force boots. He is not an easy grab. He is so damn fast.
Dude, Arcane Blink on this hero is insane. I mean, Kits went in and somehow gets out. Nobody dying here. Very clutch save from the Weaver going out on the Centaur. Moo was dead for sure if that time lapse does not come out. That is why he's going to play up front. He's going to rely on the saves here. Clearing out that Aegis timer. 2.5 minutes left. Samson wants to put it to use. Octarine Slardar does have it. Doesn't have that other level 25 talent, though. Ooh.
Moo is
light
trying to
steal.
do anything they can to stop this life stealer. He's got the big hoof stomp, the duration. He's got an abyssal blade. It's just none of it is enough to stop this man.
Amp damage rune. Still got 2 minutes on this Aegis if you want to take this rune and push. Maybe just waiting for the starter to get closer. They're gonna jump. Looking for it.
Popping out
Jump
avalanche on 2. Immediately pops out, hits him. Kits gets bashed up. They get the workhorse and the time lapse at the same time to try and save this guy. Moo is getting out with a stampede, so the initiation doesn't really go quite right for the Apex Genesis. They lived through another little skirmish, not losing anybody. Samson finding it harder than he thought to use this Aegis. Close out the game. 50 seconds left.
I mean, there's 2 minutes, no buyback. Like, you have to take this fight. You have to. If you don't, this entire game just resets.
Danger of the toss back, though. Uses the rage. Infest. Reset again. Jumping forward. God, wishes so fast. Crush goes in. They immediately bounce out, in and out. Telekinesis, a long toss away. Moves in some trouble now, but another time lapse going to be used. Kits goes for the back line, catches 2 of the supports together, but he can't do the damage to finish him off. Another workhorse cart going to be put to use, and look at that acorn doing some damage. Samson's in trouble. He needs to either die or get out. He's got 12 seconds left in the Aegis. Rolling Thunder is going to be used. They've lost their Slardar. It's out. All out for Apex Genesis. They could not do it with this Aegis, which means they can't do it while the buybacks are on cooldown. This game looks like we're going to a full reset.
And Pirate had it on the Terrorblade. It's going to give everybody that buyback gold pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
I cannot believe they did not get more out of that. Just too many saves. The time lapse, the Wind Waker. You can only put the nullifier on somebody. There's a cart as well. Like 3 insane saves on this lineup. So hard to burst anybody down. And you have this goddamn hoodwink in the back. Daedal is done now. Just shooting everybody with these huge shots. You can't even see them. Such a hard lineup to push into here. Take a Tormentor for gold, but that's about it. What are you going to buy that's left here?
Take a Tormentor on the other side. This one will go to somebody. Because at least Moo doesn't have his shards, so he's I mean, that's a pretty good one to get this late into the game. If he's hitting some double edges, geez.
Can't believe he didn't have it.
Yeah, seriously.
Bloodthorn Weaver? I mean, I guess you just build another carry here. I guess the only thing GRIN's kind of missing is this tiny Ags, but it's not that good in the base defense situation because you don't have trees. You can plant a bunch of branches. I mean, that is an actual strat. That's Omega next level, but I mean, we're talking about TI here. You gotta do what you can. Hex on the gyro. Could be nice.
Yeah, could be nice, but what is control against all these saves from GRIN?
Level 30 for the Lifestealer, first to get there. Not the most impactful level 30, but I feel like that Sardar one is the big one here.
Yeah, for sure. That's a talent you can actually start building around. His Fade still has room for growth. He already has the Octarine, so he's going to be crushing non-stop.
Buybacks are all going to be up here, though, soon. Outside of that Hoodwink who bought out. I mean, you go Roche here. what does it even really do for you? I guess you can just try and all in the throne with like banner and BKBs and stuff. That could be another option here. Do have to get that glyph out. Moon Shard for the Lifestealer, a little extra DPS. They're just running down bottom. I mean, there's a world you just try and like all in throne, get the glyph, and then do it again. That's usually the best way to end these sorts of games. You're open on the Lifestealer, but there is the time lapse. Not much you can do about that.
Time lapse and Wind Waker away. Pretty hard combo to crack. I mean, if you're the straight up like going high ground fight for Apex Genesis, for them to win it, for them to stop this initiation requires like multiple initiations at the same time. They gotta like get the crush infest combo on one person, while Wish comes in and somehow hits a Rolling Thunder that stops the Centaur save and the Weaver save and disrupts the Hoodwink a bit.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
I mean, is this a game where it's just impossible for either team to end the game? It's just whoever defends the longest.
This is North America, Austin. Something dumb's gonna
He put
happen.
himself on the high ground.
That's it.
Awkward there. Forced that
Maybe.
down to the low ground. Spotted the Weaver. The Weaver is the perfect target, but they got him inside the Workhorse. Now the Workhorse, they need to be able to save the horse, but they can't bid him, and now the Weaver's in trouble. Oh, Yule Scepter to be able to buy some line, but the Terrorblade turn. Oh, no, he got bashed. He couldn't get off the Sunder. He was so through the animation. The tiny Kits is just heading to the back line every single time, but he can't kill these heroes. It's too hard. The time lapse goes off to buy him some time, but they have so much damage. It's not an HP problem. You can't just give him a second life and hope that's enough. A fight
Another
outside
round.
of the base goes bad for GRIN.
Such an awkward go. Just on that cliff line, can't see anything. And now you have a chance to force buybacks.
Fat finger to BKB, maybe? It's an awkward timing for that.
Yeah, not the one he wanted here. That's for damn sure. They're gonna force it though. Heroes, they die. You win the game.
747 movement speed on this Slarder. He is cruising, and he tries to get the jump, tries to find the Weaver. They're gonna go for the Pango. Wish is in trouble. He put himself on that front lines, and I don't know why. Got the buyback out of GRIN, though. That's gonna be a buyback used by Kids. So we're back to the situation where Apex Genesis have gotten buybacks out of GRIN and have a big advantage, but still have to go and try and end the game. And they could do Roshan again if they wanted to. Another Aegis, another Refresher, another Banner.
I mean, there's just a Roche sitting here. This Slardar moves it. I was seeing he's like 660 MS or something with all the buffs.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane that he has force boots in this game. 860 when he's maxed in the river. Holy
Yeah, when he's in the
smokes.
river. Ooh.
Dude, this man is slithering right now.
Look at him. His
God
movement speed right
damn.
now is 747. He's a goddamn 747 flying around.
Dang, that boy's fast. That's the fastest boy I've ever seen in my life.
All right, Roche. He'll take it. We'll get another life for the Life Stealer.
I mean,
Is it going to
Sure,
be enough?
dude.
How many lives?
Arcane Blink Slardar with this insane MS. 5-second blink, 3-second crush, 800 move speed. I mean, you gotta end the game, dude. Like, the game is about to break. There's nothing left to build, nothing left to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly true for Samson. He's got a Moon Shard. He can keep scaling through HP. 1600 HP is what he's up to. They're approaching the high ground. Terrorblade, Tiny, Centaur, all 3 cores of GRIN Esports do not have buyback. You have a second life on Lifestealer. You have buybacks on every single hero. You just have flat out more numbers than they do. They had the advantage of home field. Sitting on the high ground.
This Slardar coming.
He's coming
Lord.
fast. Coming like a goddamn freight train through the middle lane.
Just get the hell out of his way. You don't want none of that. Just Tiny just sitting
Kids
here.
is just hanging out, looking for a toss. Using
Centaur.
his Giant's Ring.
He's help.
Already down to half health. Can anybody save?
Oh,
Where's
save!
the time lapse? It's not there in time. Now he has to use it on the Tiny, who immediately pops a BKB on the second life. Slardar goes in. They use the Terror Wave, scaring back the Lifestealer for now. Buys them a little bit of time, but this is their opportunity. Surely a refresh and another Terror Wave going to be put to use. Samson's getting low. They got him on a
squirrel.
life. Sneaky does some big damage. They gotta watch out for that Acorn. Telekinesis on the Terror Blade. Toss him back into the site. He's dead. No buyback there. It's up to the squirrel now, and they got squirrel hunting. They found him. He's roadkill now. He buys back, but with no Divine Rapier, no damage left in the tank. Apex Genesis will finally claim
dang.
game number 3. They will go to the final day of the North American qualifier for the International.
I mean, that was a game.